to Tana. Tana swings and drives it to deep right field. Going back is the right fielder Hill, and that one is gone! Watch it fly, Jose Tana on the top of the 10th. A nice little pass there to his man, and that's no good by Daniels. Now bringing it back up is McCollum. Will stop. 3 again. And again he drains it. 11-2 Wizards. 3 threes in a row. Hands it off. Rodriguez up the middle. Touchdown, Commanders! Rodriguez with the touchdown run. Chris Rodriguez Jr. straight up the middle. Touchdown!
District Nation broadcasts are brought to you by Watch It Fly Media. Now, here's District Nation.
And welcome in everybody to District Nation. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help out the channel just a little bit here, as it is Players Weekend here in Miami, Florida, as the Washington Nationals will take on the Miami Marlins for the first game of a 3-game series. Welcome in everybody to District Nation. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you are new here. Thank you so much for tuning in. YouTube's home of DC Sports is right here, as the Washington Nationals will face off with the Miami Marlins. Miami Marlins at exactly 500, and the Washington Nationals find themselves at 61-68. The Washington Nationals pretty good up to about yesterday. They've been struggling of late. Everything seemed to be coming together after that win on Wednesday when you shut out the Texas Rangers. And then Thursday, the news comes out that CJ Abrams was injured. So now the Nationals have played a game without CJ Abrams. They did lose that game, in fact, by a score of just 2-0 in the finale. They just couldn't get the bats running when Andrew Alvarez gave you a pretty good game. Andrew Alvarez gave you a decent start to work with. It's just the offense didn't come to play. Today, a similar order will hit for the Washington Nationals. Kind of a different look here. As Mr. C is in the house, he was telling me how the NL East always kind of plays this tough, and let's hope it's the Bull and not, oh dear Lord, it's Brad who shows up tonight. And that means Brad Lord getting the start would probably mean there's going to be a bulk reliever after him, meaning Neon Dion or Trevor Williams. We'll talk about that in a minute here. But the Washington Nationals having a tough stretch here. One more series here in Miami, then you head back home, but it's Players Weekend here. So the Washington Nationals and the Miami Marlins are kind of wearing decked out gear here. The Nationals are wearing their road gray uniforms with this hat, but it says Players Weekend on the side. I think that's pretty cool. So players are going to get to wear some cool gear. They're going to get to have a lot of fun this weekend. Miami Marlins wearing their city jerseys, which are pink, blue. It's a black jersey with a lot of pink and blue trim over there. I think it's really just a crazy jersey over there in my opinion, but Ryan Gusteau, a guy who's been hybrid, 16 games, 11 of those starts. He'll be taking the mound for the Miami Marlins here, but Brad Lord has been pretty good this year. Brad Lord, a 5-2 record with a 4.04 ERA. That is 30 games this year, and only 3 of them being starts, and two of his starts were kind of an opener strategy, and then one being just a regular start. Brad Lord never really goes long into games, especially this year. He's gone 3 innings a few times, maybe even 4, but he's been more of an opener as he's been a starter here, and it's really just a lack of a 5th starter. Shout out to Nats Fanatics on that point, though. Lack of a 5th starter here. He was the one who told me that. Just lacking that 5th role guy. There's no one you can really rely on to go over there. It's probably going to be someone different come September. Hopefully, we see Conley Early get the start. Conley Early getting some start time would be really, really great for this team because they are deprived of a starter here. It is really important that the Washington Nationals get some arms. It's late in the year. Probably not contenders anymore, but still you want to win games because you're not at a point where you have to tank to get a good draft spot. You had the first overall pick in 2025. You're building off that. It's time to start getting good. This was kind of a test run. Next year, if this offense continues to perform at this level, this could be a team that contends next year. And then 2028, I think, is the year to make a run. That is my take, and that's the take. My dad actually agrees with me on that. DN Dad agrees that 2027 is the year you maybe make the playoffs, and 2028, that's your run year if everything goes well and you hold on to CJ Abrams into that year, especially CJ Abrams and James Wood. Still sad to see them both out on the IL right now. This lineup is obviously missing. You can tell 2 guys at the top of the order. Dalen Lyle, for the 2nd day in a row, will hit leadoff. And the interesting part of this order, you have Chappie in the 3-hole, Ortiz in the 4-hole, and Brady House in the 5-hole. Some pretty good heart-of-the-lineup hitters, but let's look at the 2-hole real quickly. Jorbit Vivas. So they're giving Vivas a chance right here to hit in the 2-hole. He's playing some second base today. Jorbit Vivas has played all over the field, really. He's gotten some second base and third base action. I do not mind him playing second base. He's a decent glove. The big thing about Vivas, I think my opinion here is that he's hitting second. I don't know how Vivas is going to do. He's not really a fast guy. We've seen him lay down a few bunts. If chances are Dalen Lau gets on base here, how is Jorbit Vivas going to move him over? Jorbit Vivas, a good hitter, hasn't really found it OPS-wise, but it's interesting that they're trying Vivas here in the 2-hole. I mean, they could have tried JY right here, get a right-handed bat there in the 2-hole, but they wanted the lefty there. Jorbit Vivas, who's on a 222 clip right now. He's 4 for his last 18 at-bats. He has 3 RBIs over that time. This year overall in the season, hitting 237, 3 home runs, and 21 runs driven in. Some decent numbers. That's the thing. Decent numbers. Pretty average numbers. It's just interesting that they're trying him in the 2-hole for tonight's game. It's kind of interesting you're trying him. You have other options. I thought maybe they'd try DC, go Lyle, DC, Chaparro, but instead they're going to give Jorbit Vivas the 2-hole role. So Vivas going to get to hit second tonight. We'll see how that goes. I mean, it's interesting. Obviously, this is a time you can experiment. It's the end of the season. You're not competing, really. You're not contending anymore. Might as well try it. Might as well try some entering stuff. We could find a 2-hitter in Jorbit Vivas. There's a chance we find that. But obviously, it is Players Weekend here. Might as well make the players happy. One thing cool, there's a Spider-Man bat out there. I believe that was Jose Tena. Jose Tena has a Spider-Man bat. That is cool. Now, Nunez has a couple. Abrams, who isn't even playing in the game, has an alien bat ready to go. But there was a Tena Spider-Man bat to go with Brand New Day. And obviously, honestly, I've seen that movie 3 times. Every time it was amazing. But I think a Spider-Man bat for a game is really cool, especially Players Weekend. But it is going to be sad when one of them breaks. That would not be fun. District Nation Dad is here, says NATS. Nats. But you got to throw the woo in there. You got to throw the woo. Interesting here to see Jorbit Vivas take the mound here as we get closer to first pitch. We'll get the starting lineups here in just a moment. One more point just to look at real quickly. Dalen Lyle. Last night, Lyle hitting the leadoff spot. He was 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts, 3 swinging, 1 looking. Struck out all 4 times he hit, and this is a 143 clip for him over his last 7 games where he's 4 for his last 28. So maybe they want him higher in the order to figure it out because James Wood, in that second half slump last year, one thing that got him out of it, one thing that actually got him out of it was him hitting leadoff. He started to do a little bit better. So, and yes, it is Jose Tena swinging a Spider-Man bat, which is awesome. Tena swinging a Spider-Man bat. That's really cool. Kind of doesn't look like the Brand New Day suit. Looks more like a Tobey Maguire themed bat right there. But still, Spider-Man bat. He's got to get in the game. Swing the Spider-Man bat. As we're close to the first pitch here, let's get started with the starting lineups here. Starting with the home team, Miami Marlins. Let's just get started with them. The home team Marlins, 64-64. They're 11 games out of first place here. The Miami Marlins. I mean, they're still kind of in contention. They could sneak into the wild card being here right at 500. So let's get it started here with their starting lineup. Leading off is going to be the center fielder. His name is Jacob Marcy. Batting second is going to be the right fielder, and that is Owen Casey. Batting third is going to be the first baseman in today's game, Griffin Conine. Xavier Edwards is hitting cleanup. Edwards is the second baseman in today's game. All-star Otto Lopez hits fifth. He's the shortstop in today's game. Batting sixth is going to be Heriberto Hernandez. He's the left fielder. Batting seventh is going to be the catcher in today's game, Joe Mack. Batting eighth is Agustin Ramirez. Ramirez the DH in today's game. And batting ninth, the third baseman, that's Leo Jimenez. And on the mound for the Miami Marlins is going to be Ryan Gusteau. In 16 games this year, has an 0-3 record with a 4.70 ERA. Over 53 2/3 innings worked, 49 strikeouts. Once again for the Marlins, that's Marcy, Casey, Conine, Edwards, Lopez, Hernandez, Mack, Ramirez, Jimenez, with Gusteau on the mound. That's the lineup for the Miami Marlins. And now, here's the starting lineup for manager Blake Butera and your Washington Nationals. Leading off, the left fielder, number 4, Dalen Lyle. Batting second, the second baseman, number 84, Jorbit Vivas. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 87, Andres Chaparro. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 81, Abimelec Ortiz. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 12, Brady House. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 20, Keber Ruiz. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 3, Dylan Cruz. Batting eighth, the shortstop, number 26, Nasim Nunez. And batting ninth, the center fielder, number 30, Jacob Young. And on the mound for your Washington Nationals, number 41, Brad the Bull Lord. That is the starting lineup for your Washington Nationals. Let's get ready to go here as the Washington Nationals here for Players Weekend. For the players, try to get a win right here. Louisville's finest, followed by Viva Vivas, says Mr. C. So you got Louisville Slugger, followed by Viva Vivas. So let's get going here. Ryan Gusteau warming up on the mound in the City Connect Marlins jerseys as the Washington Nationals are ready to go here in Lone Depot Park from Miami, Florida. Let's get going. Charge! Let's get going, everybody. Putting the grandkids to bed with District Nation. Mr. C, let's go. The grandkids tuning in to District Nation. Bedtime with District Nation. Instead of dinner, bedtime with District Nation. That's awesome. As Ryan Gusteau warms up wearing number 65 for the Miami Marlins. This is going to be his 12th start in his 17th game. No win yet. He is 0-3 so far this season. And career for Ryan Gusteau, he is 7-10 in 43 games, only 28 of those starts. So kind of a hybrid guy. Why is it called Players Weekend? I believe it's just a weekend to celebrate the players. They get to wear special gear that applies to them. They get to wear special bats. It used to be they wore nickname jerseys, but instead now they don't get to wear nickname jerseys, but they wear special gear. I think it's just to celebrate the players, let the players have a little fun. As Ryan Gusteau is going to go into his wind right here. Now he comes set. He'll work out of the set position. First pitch to Dalen Lyle is fouled back, and we are underway here at a time of 7-11. Just 1 minute late, 7-11 for this game. Let's go. So we are underway here as Dalen Lyle steps up to the plate, hitting .241 with 15 home runs, 65 runs driven in. Gusteau sets. Here's the 0-1 here to Dalen Lyle. Lyle takes a pitch inside with a cutter at 91 miles an hour, so that'll even up the count at 1-1 to Dalen Lyle. Lyle, interesting fact here, wore number 51 in his first season last year, rookie campaign, wore number 51. Switches to 4 in his second season at the big leagues. Here's the 1-1 from Gusteau, and Lyle swinging a miss at a curveball, and it's a 1-2 count. 1-2 here, Dalen Lyle didn't have a strong series in Texas, didn't have a knock on Wednesday. On Tuesday, he had a knock, so hasn't really gotten a hit since Tuesday after striking out 4 times on Thursday's game as Gusteau will come set here. Here's the 1-2 to Dalen Lyle. He waits. Now here's the pitch. Upstairs, ball 2, the fastball at 95 miles an hour, and that'll even up the count at 2-2. So 2-2 here. Dalen Lyle swinging a blue bat here for Players Weekend. Kind of a fun blue bat as Gusteau comes set. Here comes the 2-2 here to Dalen Lyle. He goes to the plate. Lyle swings and fouls this one off. A cutter at 90 miles an hour. And we'll do 2-2 again. So already 5 pitches in this AB. So Lyle has worked a good AB to get this game started. Look at the numbers for Dalen Lyle. In first innings of games, he's hitting .213. And then in spots where he's hitting first, really no hits yet in the leadoff spot. The 2-2 to Lyle. Swinging a line drive, center field. That'll dunk in for a base hit. Dalen Lyle going to get this game going. He slaps a curveball right back where it came from with a base hit up the middle. So Dalen Lyle on a 2-strike count fights that one in the center field. And we got a runner on first here with no one gone. Dalen Lyle delivers with a base hit up the middle. And the Nationals have a runner on first here. Let's go.
Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go.
So now Jorbit Vivas, his first time really hitting second here, is going to have a runner on first as Gusteau comes set. Lyle taking his lead away from first. Here's the pitch to Vivas. Vivas takes a fastball called strike 1. Vivas tapped his head, but the umpire saying he can't challenge it. Vivas saying he wants an ABS, but they're not going to give it to him. And now he's going to take a timeout. I didn't like that. I thought they were going to give that to him. Looking at that, that was high. That was high. I mean, you can even see it there. That is high here. To Vivas, who's a small guy, too, hitting .237, only 3 home runs on the year. Gusteau sets. He works exclusively from the stretch. Here's the 0-1 of Vivas. That's way outside ball 1 with a changeup at 88 miles an hour, so to be a 1-1 count. So Vivas took that one for a called strike. He turns around, says something, and then taps his helmet. And umpire Rob Drake was not going to let him ABS, so interesting call there by Rob Drake, not letting him ABS it. Gusteau sets. Here's the 1-1 of Vivas. Jorbeat swings and grounds this one to the second baseman, Edwards. No one's covering first. Vivas slides into first, but he's out for out number 1. Jorbeat was hustling down the first base line. Lyle's going to move up to second. So Xavier Edwards, the second baseman, had to range over for that one. But the first baseman, Griffin Conine, was also ranging towards to make the play. Conine gets over to first. Vivas trying to beat it out, cannot, and that's out number 1. So 1 gone here, and that'll bring up Andres Chaparro with a runner in scoring position after Vivas grounds out, moving Lyle to second. So a 4-3 put out right there, but it was probably a lot more complicated than just 4-3. The pitch, Chaparro, swinging a miss at a sweeper, and it's an 0-1 count right here. Andres Chaparro comes up to the plate. He's hitting .242 this year, but I think just second half he's been one of the better players in this league in general. One of the best home run hitters this year, has 7 home runs, or 8 now, with 32 runs driven in. Here's the 0-1 at Chaparro, and that is going to be low ball 1 with a sweeper at 82, so that'll even up the count at 1-1 now. Since All-Star break, Andres Chaparro does have the highest OPS in baseball at a 1.114. So 1,114 if you want to say it that way, but a great OPS from him. Joey Ortiz trailing by about 70 points there. Here's the 1-1. Chaparro grounds this one fouled on a third base line and out of play. So to be a 1-2 count now. A 1.031 is second place, and Andres Chaparro has a 1.114. Great numbers from Andres Chaparro, second half really. I mean, even that 350 with the on-base percentage. Over his last 7, having a 300 clip going, getting it back up to where he was earlier with a 6-for-20 stretch. The pitch is outside ball to the sweeper, so to be a 2-2 count now. Count all evened up at 2-2. So ESPN may be a tad bit ahead of me, just like me make the call, everybody, as Gusto looks in for his sign. He shakes off. Still shaking off. Now he's got what he wants and comes set. It'll be a 2-2 here to Chappie. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, ball 3. So that'll fill up the count to 3-2 now. Chaparro works in AB now. Chaparro's been hitting. He was a platoon guy earlier, but now lately with James Wood and CJ both out, Chaparro's getting consistent time now. Chaparro getting an opportunity to play every day with Abi and Chaparro getting time. First base and DH. The 3-2 is low, ball 4 with a slider. So Chappie takes a walk. Gusto now up to 15 pitches in the inning, issues Chaparro a walk right there. So there's going to be runners at first and second here with 1 gone. Is now coming up to the plate is going to be Abimelech Ortiz with runners at first and second for Chaparro. At first and at second is Lyle. Not too fast guys right here. Lyle's not blazing speed, but he can still run. Fast when he's in the outfield as Gusto comes set. He will face Abimelech Ortiz, Lil Poppy. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to right center. Going back is Marcy. A couple steps in front of the track, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Both runners looking like they're going to tag. Throw is towards the shortstop. So Chaparro starts towards second, but stops. So Ortiz flies out to the deep part of center field. Lyle is able to tag up. So Dalen Lyle moves it up to third. Staying at first is Chaparro. So that is out number 2 in the inning, but now we have runners on the corners here with 2 away. After Ortiz flies out, moving Dalen Lyle up to third. So runners are on the corners here. Chaparro doesn't go anywhere. That'll bring up Brady House, who's hitting .238 with 9 home runs. 31 runs driven in on the year with a .696 OPS. We were talking about it. Dalen Lyle this year has 12 stolen bases. He's been pretty fast. He hasn't been really, really slow as Gusto is going to step off right here. House steps back up. House not really swinging a special bat or anything. Nothing too fun for Brady House. He doesn't know what the word fun means. He's all business up there. Coming set is Gusto. Here's the pitch to House. First pitch is right in there. Called strike 1 with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. It'll be an 0-1 count now. All business for Brady House. No special bat for Players Weekend as we'll do 0-1 right here. With 2 outs, Brady House sent down to AAA earlier this year. Hit .301 down there, then called back up, and he's been doing pretty well since then. Here's the 0-1 House, swinging a miss at a 95-mile-an-hour fastball up on the zone, and it's an 0-2 count. So immediately 0-2 here to Brady House. Immediately back in the count. Brady House, a decent stretch for him. 263 over his last 7, 5 for his last 19, 12 for his last 45. As we'll do 0-2 right here. Here's the pitch to House. Called strike 3 with a fastball. Right in there, called strike 3 from Gusto. House is down looking, and that's out number 3. That'll end the inning. Nationals Can't get anything that time. They get a hit, they get a runner to third, but they can't score him, so we will head to the bottom of the first. Bottom of the first coming up. Nationals nothing, Miami coming up right here on District Nation. Not good there. I mean, you get the one runner on to start the game, then you get a ground out, then you get another run on base. You can't turn it into a run. So the Washington Nationals haven't scored in a hot minute, would like them to score. As here we go here to the bottom of the first. Brad Lord, the Bull, will head out there for his first inning of work here as the opener. We'll see how long he goes as the opener here. Or are they going to use him as an opener? Or does he just start this game? So maybe Brad Lord ends up just going this game, working hard. But we will see how long Lord has on him. Last game, he did not have a great outing. Brad Lord only goes 2/3 of an inning against New York, who just let him walk him. They were really patient up there, and Brad Lord issued a lot of walks that time. So Brad Lord needs to be in the zone here. If he's in the zone, he'll be good. It's had some good outings, especially as an opener, where he hasn't really walked many guys. He has a lot more strikeouts. I mean, in a previous outing, he went 2 2/3 against Cincinnati at home. Got his ERA down to a 3.79. He had 4 strikeouts in that outing, 51 pitches, 36 strikes. In a game where he worked in relief on August 5th against the Philadelphia Phillies, he worked an inning, 10 pitches, 7 strikes. So just last outing, he struggled a little bit. 44 pitches in 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 2 runs, 4 walks issued. 44 pitches, only 21 strikes as well. Let's go. We're up to 863 subscribers. Thank you so much, everybody, for subscribing. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you have not anyway. If you haven't just yet, thank you so much for doing it, though. As we get going here to the bottom of the first. Marlins will have Marcy, Casey, and Conine up. Interesting that Otto Lopez is actually lower in the order. I thought Otto Lopez would be hitting second. I remember one point they had Edwards Lopez, the 1-2 punch in the order. Augustin Ramirez recently called back up to the big leagues. He's hitting in the 8-hole here, was sent down a little while ago. I know that because he was one of my fantasy teams. He was one of the catchers of one of my fantasy teams, and he got sent down. I didn't even realize it, as Lord into the wind. Here's first pitch to Jacob Marcy, and he swings and fouls this one off. A 94-mile-an-hour fastball. It'll be an 0-1 count as Jacob Marcy, the leadoff hitter, here to face Brad the Bull Lord, who has a 4.04 ERA, has 5 wins this year as well, so he's winning games, and only 2 losses. Lord in the wind. The 0-1 Marcy, swinging a fly ball down the left field line, but Dalen Lyle hooking over, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. Marcy down on 2 pitches. Brad Lord gets the first out here in the bottom of the first after that fly out from Marcy. That's out number 1. Brad Lord is going to bring you a 4-seamer, sinker, slider, sweeper combo right there. His fastball is probably his best pitch here. They hit 300 over it. They hit 300 against it. The pitch they hit the lowest against is the sinker, though, as Lord. And that's his second most pitch. Second most used pitch. Here's the pitch here to Casey, and that's going to be outside ball 1 with a slider at 83. Ruiz can't hold on, so it'll be ball 1. If he had hung on to that one, I wonder if they'd called it a strike if he had held on to it. But we'll do 1-0 right here to Owen Casey, hitting .222 with 13 homers. Lord into the wind. Here's the 1-0 to Casey. Swinging a line drive foul, third base side. It'd be a 1-1 count. It was good that he got that quick out right there. Quick work of Jacob Marcy, because that first batter can really set the tone. You get a quick AB right there, get a quick out. That's great, especially for Brad Lord, who doesn't take a minute to settle in. He just goes right to work. The 1-1, swinging a foul back off the glove of Ruiz. It'd be a 1-2 count. Off a 94-mile-an-hour fastball from Lord. Lord, it looks easy. He can flick a mid-90s fastball in there, and it does not look like he's throwing a lot of effort into it. So it's really good that Brad Lord can do that. Thanks for subscribing, Stephen Baker. Thank you so much, man. As we a 1-2, Lord in the wind. Or now, stepping off. He started his wind. Or maybe he was just stepping off anyway. But thank you so much, Stephen Baker, for subscribing. As we do 1-2, Lord ready to go. He works out of the wind, even a bullpen arm and an opener who works out of the wind. Here's the 1-2 to Casey, swinging a fly ball down the left field line, going out into the outfield is Brady House in a foul ground, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Brady House running back and into foul ground makes that catch for out number 2. Good play by Brady House getting turned around, and that's out number 2. So 2 quick outs from Brad the Bull Lord. So the good version of Lord is showing up for now. Let's hope he can stick around for a little while. 2 quick outs. That'll bring up Griffin Conine right here. Conine going to step up to the plate. Lord will go into the wind. First pitch here to Griffin Conine, and that's going to be inside ball 1 with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. It'll be a 1-0 count now. Lord now at 7 pitches in the inning. The count looks good. Conine hitting .272 with 14 home runs, only 31 runs driven in. The 1-0. That's low ball to the changeup, low inside, so it'll be a 2-0 count now. As Griffin Conine comes up to the plate right here. Keep that pitch count down, Brad. Yes. Keep it down, Bull. Keep it down. Just keep it down. Give us 3 innings, as it'll be a 2-0. Here's the pitch to Conine. That's going to be a slider outside, ball 3. That slider seemed like he had a bad grip on that one. That didn't look like he had an amazing grip. He throws it outside as a result. Over his last few games, Griffin Conine is only 4 for his last 19. The 3-0 from Lord is going to be low and inside, ball 4. And there it begins. Brad Lord has issued his first walk on the evening. So Lord gives up a 4-pitch walk right there to Griffin Conine. And there's a runner on first here with 2 outs. So now runner at first here with 2 away. That'll bring up Xavier Edwards, who's been a good hitter this year, hitting .288. His average has always been high this year. Thought there was a chance that Xavier Edwards could sneak in to the All-Star game. But Xavier Edwards having a good stretch, hitting .391 over his last 7. Here's the pitch to him. That is right in there, called strike 1 with a 95-mile-an-hour sinker, and it will be an 0-1 count. I mean, .391 over his last 7, 9 for his last 23, no home runs, but an RBI, and 3 walks, and only struck it out 4 times. His first half numbers, he was hitting .303. Second half, though, he's hitting .239. Here's the 0 to Edwards. That is in there, called strike 2 on the low and inside corner with a sinker. But he's looking better these last few games, which is, for the Nationals, makes you nervous because you want to try to get this win right here, especially against a team like the Marlins. The Nationals, the one division they've been struggling against is their own division, the NL East, as Edwards will take a timeout right here. But that is the one division they have had trouble with, and that's the NL East. The one group of teams they just can't figure out, 11 and 27. I mean, even the West, 16 and 12. But that's the Central. The West, 11 and 10. The 0-2, swinging a fly ball out to left center, coming in is Lyle, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Dalen Lyle running in, makes the catch out in left center, and that will end the inning. So we are done with 1 inning, everybody. 1 walk that time, so 1 runner left on base, no hits and no runs. We're through 1 full inning, everybody. Nationals nothing, Marlins nothing right here on District Nation. Marbles are in my mouth today. How can 7 votes lead us to a 57% chance for the Marlins to win the poll? 57 isn't divisible by 7, yeah. I'll have to check that. Maybe they're just rounding up. I think sometimes they would just round up. If it doesn't work, they'll just round up. Yeah, it's 43.57. It's probably a decimal, and they just round it up so to even up an even number that adds up to 100. But interesting catch there, Mr. C. Interesting catch. As we head to the top of the second, it'll be Ruiz, Cruz, and Nunez for the top of the second inning as we get going here. The K-Bear, a switch hitter, and then you got Dylan Cruz, the righty, and Nunez, a switch hitter. So nothing you can do about this group right here. Try to get a run right here. Getting a run here right here would be great. Just getting a run. Brad Lord, the count, not too terrible. 4 hitters face. He did issue a walk, but the pitch count stayed okay. I mean, if you're going to walk a guy, pitch count-wise, and that's the thing we're tracking here with Brad Lord, the most efficient way to walk a guy and the pitch count doesn't get high is a 4-pitch walk. So I guess that works. Think we can say that works. If we go here to the top of the second inning, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and vote in the poll so we can get rid of 57% chance. It's like the Marlins are winning in the poll right now. The Nationals are actually trailing for once. I mean, yesterday we just had a bunch of Nationals votes. I know a lot of Nats fans usually tune in, so they just click Nationals and then get going. But here we go, top 2. The K-Bear is going to lead off right here. Has been an RBI machine. K-Bear Ruiz, I mean, why not let him hit a little bit higher in the order? I think it'd be better to hit him a little bit higher. It'd be nice to see it as we go here to the top of the second. Gusto will face K-Bear Ruiz. Gusto comes set. Here's the pitch to Ruiz, and that's going to be swung on and hit down the left field line. That's a fair ball. Down the left field line. Hernandez chasing after it. Ruiz rounding first. Throw is going to be towards second. He takes a wide turnaround first. That throw is back towards first. The K-Bear will have himself a base hit down the line right here. So I'm just getting word here. It's Gusto. I apologize, everybody. It's Gusto. That one just laced down the line by the K-Bear. Nothing too special that time. Just pokes one down the line. And they were shifted on a lefty shift right there. So Jimenez, the third baseman, is playing over. So that one's a good poke down the line as Ruiz will now be on first here for DC. Dylan Cruz will hit now. Here's the pitch to Cruz. That is in there. Called strike 1 with a fastball at 93 miles an hour. It'll be an 0-1 count now. As Dylan Cruz, the former Golden Spikes Award winner, steps up to the plate, hitting .209 this year with 10 home runs and 27 runs driven in. Gusto sets. Here's the 0-1 Cruz. Swinging kind of jammed on that sinker. It's an 0-2 count. Hide inside on the 93-mile-an-hour sinker. It'll be 0-2 right here. 150 over his last 7 games has a 3-for-20 clip. No home runs, 6 strikeouts over that time for Dylan Cruz. Slugging at .200. Solidly over that time. You never want to see that, especially for a guy who had such high expectations at the big league level. Gusto comes set. He be 0-2 here to DC3. Here's the pitch. Swinging a shot up the middle, right at the second baseman, who goes to the shortstop, throw to first. Not in time for the double play. Edwards fields that one up the middle, flips it up to Lopez, who fired it to first, but Dylan Cruz is able to beat it out. And this one will not be challenged by the Marlins. So that's going to be a fielder's choice for Dylan Cruz. He roasted that one right up the middle. Edwards fields it off a hop, flipped it up to Lopez, who fired it to first, but Dylan Cruz beat it. So runner at first here with 1 gone. That won't help out his average, as that's just a fielder's choice. That's not going to help him out too much that time. But here we go. Runner at first here with 1 gone now. That'll bring Nasim Nunez up to the plate. Gusto sets. Here's the pitch to Nunez. First pitch is called. Strike 1. Nunez immediately goes to his head to challenge on that 94-mile-an-hour fastball in the outside corner. We're going to get another look at this one after the ABS challenge by Nasim Nunez. Here's the pitch. It's a strike. It just barely clipped the outside corner, and Nasim Nunez is going to fail a challenge. Nationals down to just 1 challenge now. So do 0-1 now. Gusto comes set. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Nunez. He waits. He goes to the plate. Nunez takes a sinker in there, called strike 2. My brain is slow tonight. 7 votes, 4 for the Marlins, 57.13. The classic dummy mistake. Oh, I would have not put 2 and 2 together right there, Mr. C, on that one. I look at the actual numbers, really. I just look at the percentage. If it adds up to 100, it works in my mind. Gusto's going to step off right here even before he comes set, as the clock had wind down to 3 right there. Nunez swinging a special fun bat out there. Seems like a lot of people are, besides Brady House. Gusto comes set. Here's the 0-2 to Nunez. He waits and goes. Swinging a ground ball. This is at the shortstop Lopez. Flips to Edwards for 1. He can't make the throw on to first. So that's out number 2. Edwards also, they're going to say on the transfer, lost the ball. So he wasn't even able to make a throw to first that time. He tries to make a transfer and can't. Umpire Sherwater that time does call on the transfer. So Lopez makes a nice play. Flipped up to Edwards, who was going to try to make the bounce throw off the bag, but he couldn't make the play. So that's out number 2. So looking at this one, just another fielder's choice in a row right there. Trading off base hits to fielder's choices now. Got to get something going. As now JY will come up to the plate. Swing and a miss at a slider low. And it's an 0-1 count. He swung through that 86-mile-an-hour slider. It'll be an 0-1 count now. 250 on the average for Jacob Young. Looking very good this year. 10 home runs, 43 runs driven in. Probably his best offensive year of late. Now going back over to first is Gusto, but back in safely is Young. It's Gusto, by the way. I'd been saying it wrong. Who do 0-1 here with 2 outs. Nunez getting out to a good lead. Gusto comes set at the belt. It'll be an 0-1 here now to JY. Here's the pitch. Young takes a pitch in there. Called strike 2 on the low and inside corner with a sweeper. So it'll be no 2 count. He just clips the low and inside corner that time. They're going to say it's a strike. This season, Nasim Nunez is 40 of 47 on his stolen bases this year, 85.1%. So only has been caught 7 times compared to 40 stolen bases, which is pretty good. Getting out to a good lead here as Young has an 0-2 count. Gusto sets. Here's the 0-2 to JY. He goes to the plate. Young swinging a fly ball. Hit out towards center. Going back is Marcy at the track. He will make the catch. Bouncing off the wall for out number 3. Young gave that one a ride, but it is caught up against the track by the center fielder Marcy, and that's out number 3. So that time, 1 hit in the inning. 1 runner left on base after a couple fielder's choices and a fly out. So 1 man left on base. We will head to the bottom of the second. Nationals nothing. Marlins nothing right here on District Nation. As Brad Lord getting back out there to warm up. It'll be Lopez, Hernandez, and Mack for the Marlins in the bottom of the second inning. You got to figure it out right here. You just got to figure it out. Got to figure it out. Get some outs right here, Brad Lord. Get the offense back. You got Lyle leading off in the third who had a hit anyway. You got Vivas who grounded out but almost snuck a hit through to right field. You just got to get a run. It is really hard for the Washington Nationals to win a game when they don't score early. When they score early, they score a lot. And that's how the Washington Nationals usually win their games, is because they get a big inning and then they just go to work. But of late, these last few games, they haven't had that big inning. They've been kind of stringing things together, getting one or two runs, and the Washington Nationals don't play well in close games. That's the thing. The Washington Nationals have never played well in close games this year. It's always been blowout wins are the games that they win. They don't win the close games. So we'll have to see how they do in this game, as Brad Lord is getting ready to go here in the bottom of the second inning. He's supporting a mustache. I think this is the first year where Lord's grown out a mustache here at the big league level. This was also the first year where they were ready to give Brad Lord that call from minute one. They were ready to give Brad Lord the starter or maybe just a bullpen role from opening day. Last year, he got the opening day nod without ever pitching at the big league level. They just brought him up. He worked his way through the minor leagues in 2024. 2025, he ends up working out of the bullpen a little bit. Then he gets a starter role later in the year where he played very well. And now the Bull has settled into an opener role, a little bit out of the bullpen as well. He's kind of a steady rotation guy as well. Now he'll face one of the best hitters in the league right now, average-wise, Otto Lopez, as Brad Lord stepping up. One thing here, a nugget on Brad Lord in 2024, waiting for the 2025 season, as Lord will go into the wind right here. Here's the pitch now to Lopez. That's going to be grounded to the shortstop. Brady House cuts off the shortstop Nunez and fires to first in time for out number one. So Lopez hit a ground ball towards Nunez, but House cuts off Nunez and makes the strong throw to first in time. Brady House has the right to do that. He is the third baseman. Brad Lord, in the offseason, worked at Home Depot from the 2024 to 2025 season, and it was told that the next year he did not. So Brad Lord didn't have to do it after being at the big leagues for a full year, didn't go to work at Home Depot. I don't think they wanted him to work at Home Depot after pitching an entire year at the big leagues. They were not ready to let Brad Lord work at Home Depot. Lord into the wind. Here's the pitch to Hernandez. This one is popped up to the infield. Nunez is under it. He's looking for it in the dirt, and he makes the catch for out number two on the infield. So 2 outs now. Nunez makes the catch. That's 15 pitches for the Bull right here, and he has 1 2/3 innings worked. So Brad Lord, go to work right here. Brad Lord looking really good with this pitch count. 2 outs now. 2 outs, and coming up to the plate is going to be the catcher in today's game, Joe Mack. So 2 outs, and Mack will come up to the plate. Brad Lord went from bagging groceries to bagging hitters in just a few months. Lord will go into the wind. Here's the pitch now to Mack, and that's going to be inside, ball one with a fastball at 95 miles an hour. It'll be a 1-0 count. I mean, how often do you see that? A guy who goes off and has a hobby in the offseason. Maybe some guys will go fishing, some will go hunting. No, Brad Lord was selling them all the gear for their homes. Here's the 1-0 from the Bull, and that's going to be in there, called strike one with a fastball at 95 miles an hour. I don't know, did his boss just say, like, hey, next year, if you have a sub-4 ERA, don't come back here to work? I don't know what his boss's reaction to knowing who he was. The 1-1 is low ball to the changeup. I don't know. If you're, let's say, a 20-year-old and you're the manager of a Home Depot, or maybe a little older, maybe 25, 26, and a professional baseball player comes to you and says, hey, I want a part-time job, what do you say to that? Here's the 2-1 from Lord, swinging a ground ball down the first baseline, fielding it is Abby. Brad Lord is there to cover the bag in time for out number 3, and that'll end the inning. Brad Lord, great with the pitch count. Keep cruising, Brad Lord. He has 2 innings worked, and the pitch count is not high at all. Brad Lord threw 2 innings to the opener, looking very good here. Sent him back out for a third, especially a guy who has started in his career before. Brad Lord in the game has 18 pitches through 2 innings. That is looking very good. 3-1 on the putout for out number 3. Quick inning worked by the Bull. We'll head here to the top of the third. We're through 2 innings. Nationals nothing, Marlins nothing, right here on District Nation as we head to the top of the third inning. I mean, Brad Lord working at a Home Depot. That'd be like Andrew Alvarez going back and asking if he wants to work somewhere else, or maybe there's other retail places. Maybe if someone went to go work at Dick's Sporting Goods in the offseason. But then, if a player goes to work at Dick's Sporting Goods, he's going to end up in the glove section the entire time, purely looking at gloves. He is not at any point going to be selling anything or helping people out. Someone like Andrew Alvarez or Brad Lord would end up in the glove section the entire day looking at what glove they're going to buy next with their big league contract. That'd be what they end up doing. But obviously now Brad Lord's good. Brad Lord, an everyday big league guy now at the age of 26. Great job for him to make his way through the minors and end up getting that big league nod. And that was after grinding it out in 2023 and 2024 at the minor league levels. In 2023, he had a couple pit stops. He was single A and high A. That year had some decent numbers, 4-6 over 27 games, 17 of them starts with a 4.04 ERA. And then 2024, he makes his way through 3 different levels. Goes to high A, double A, and triple A. And then 2025, he doesn't touch the minors at all. He spends his entire year of 2025 on a big league roster. After never touching big leagues, that is really good. 48 games that he appeared in that year, 130 and 2/3 innings worked with a 4.34 ERA at the big league level. That's amazing for him. And then you got 2026, he had a rehab down there. 1 inning, he went 12 pitches, an inning. Good job for him with 2 strikeouts as well. So he's scoreless down there. He has 0 ERA at the minor league level this year. As now coming up is going to be Dalen Lyle. Lyle going to come up for his second AB right here. So here we go. Dalen Lyle stepping up to the plate. The pitch is fouled off on a breaking ball. It's a shame you didn't get to call that 22-0 game, particularly when the player made a mistake on the number of outs and threw the ball into the stands, scoring 2 more. I saw that. That was hilarious. That was hilarious, though, that they were like, okay, keep it coming. We're already winning by 19. Just score. So Lyle here already has a knock in the game. Here's the pitch from Gusto to Lyle. He swings and fouls off another fastball, and it's an 0-2 count. First time as a sweeper this time. Fouls off a fastball, and it'd be an 0-2 count. It would have been fun to call a 22-0 game, unless you're losing. By that point, you're just joking around. If you're losing by 20 runs, you got to just be having fun. As we'll do 0-2 right here, but throwing the ball into the stands, that's just, I want to lose. Here's the 0-2 to Lyle. Swinging a line drive down the left field line, but this one is fouling out of play. He was late on that one and sends it down the line for a foul ball. So do 0-2 again. It's going to be Lyle, Vivas, and Chaparro here in the top of the 3rd inning after the full 9 bat in just the first 2 innings of this game. Gusto sets. Here's the 0-2 to Dalen. He waits. Now he goes to the plate. Lyle swinging a ground ball down the first base line and foul on a lone inside slider at 87 miles an hour. We'll do 0-2 again. So far, all strikes, just all either fouled off or swung on and missed by Lyle. So far, 4 foul balls, not even takes at all. Lyle being very aggressive, 4 foul balls to pitch, and this one is popped up to the infield. Second baseman Edwards looking for it, and it's going to be the shortstop Lopez, actually, up the middle to make the catch for out number 1. So that's out number 1 here in the top of the 3rd inning. Lopez makes the catch. Coming up to the plate now is going to be Jorbit Vivas here. Jorbit Vivas hitting in the 2-hole in tonight's game. We've talked about it. Maybe you can tell me your thoughts on what you think of Vivas in the 2-hole. But interesting move. I think that's an interesting move. Is now, here's the pitch to Vivas. That's low with a slider ball, 1 at 87 miles an hour. It'd be a 1-0 count. It's a shame that Wood and Abrams are missing Players Weekend, though. That injuries are permitting them from playing in Players Weekend. As here comes the 1-0 to Vivas. Vivas takes a pitch in there, called strike 1 with a 93-mile-an-hour sinker. Looking at his head, he did not like that call on the low corner, but the Nationals down to just 1 challenge now. As we 1-1 now. Here's the pitch to Jorbit. Vivas swinging a miss at a changeup, and that one out of the zone. That's a 1-2 count. Had some good drop on that changeup and gets Vivas looking embarrassing after he swings through that one. So do 1-2 now. Jorbit a sub-700 OPS at 6.44 on the year. Has not figured it out with the OPS. As we do 1-2 right here. Gusto goes to the plate. Vivas takes a changeup way outside, ball 2. That one nowhere near the plate. Saudine up the count at 2-2, but nowhere near with that one.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
So do 2-2 right here. Gusto sets. Here's the 2-2 to Vivas. He waits and goes. Vivas swinging a ground ball down the first base line and foul. We'll do 2-2 again. So chances are you're going to miss Abrams for a couple more days maybe. I think tomorrow they should try someone like Brady House in the 2-hole. Go Lyle, House, Chaparro. But that is 2 righties then. I don't think that Butera wants 2 righties in a row, especially against a righty. Here's the 2-2 to Vivas. He goes swinging a miss and a changeup on the low and outside corner. Vivas is down swinging. Second strikeout on the evening for Gusto. So the Washington Nationals now need to get a run on the board, though. They need to score a run. It's been a while without runs. Now it's been a 13-inning stretch without scoring a run here for the Nationals, stretching back to Wednesday on their 6-0 win. They didn't score after the 7th, so it's been a while since they scored a run. Gusto sets. Here's now out of the wind here. Here's the pitch to Chaparro, and that's going to be called strike one with a slider at 86 miles an hour. He does a step-back windup that time instead of going straight to the plate. He works out of the wind as Chaparro is up here in a righty-righty matchup. Now go back into the windup again. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Chaparro swings and pops this one up and out of play. Third base side very early on that one. Sends it into the stands. So to be an 0-2 count now. 0-2 here with 2 outs. You don't want to stretch this past maybe 15 innings. This is the best offense in the league, and they have been ice cold lately. Shut out 2 of their 3 games in Texas. Couldn't figure it out on this road trip really at all. A 3-series road trip as well. Gusto into the wind. The 0-2 to Chaparro. Swinging a line drive into left center field. That'll dunk in for a base hit. He hits that curveball over the leaping glove of Otto Lopez. Andres Chaparro kind of dips a ball into left center field with a nice knock that time. Chappie delivers with a base hit to left center field. Sometimes that's all you need for a rally. So Chaparro has himself a base knock. First hit on the evening for him. So a runner at first here with 2 gone, and that'll bring up Abimelec Ortiz. Been one guy who's doing very well at the big league level. Another guy who came up from AAA has been a gem. The pitch is going to be in there. Called strike one with a sinker. 13 of 51 at the big league level, and 5 of his 13 hits have been home runs, and already 9 home runs. Or 9 RBIs, as we'll do 0-1 right here. Gusto sets. Here's the 0-1 to Ortiz. That's going to be called strike 2, the changeup top part of the zone. It's an 0-2 count, and an 871 OPS from him as well. He's also drawn 2 walks in 53 plate appearances, so he's been semi-patient as we do 0-2 right here. 0-2 with 2 away. Pitch coming to Abimelec Ortiz, who's 0-for-1, flew out to center field his last time up. We'll do 0-2 right here. Gusto sets. He waits. Now the 0-2 coming to Lil Poppy. He goes to the plate, swinging a fly ball foul third base side on an 88-mile-an-hour changeup. And we will do 0-2 again after Ortiz, trying to work a good AB right here. Combined for Abby and Chaparro since August 3rd, they're hitting .267, a .315 on base percentage, and 7 home runs. So they've been hitting very well combined. It's loving to see them hit. Here's the 0-2. And Ortiz grounds this one foul on the first base line. We'll do 0-2 again. Here in the top of the third, we are scoreless. Nationals nothing, Marlins nothing. Just trying to figure it out here for the Nationals offense. Score a run. Team hasn't scored since the 7th inning on Wednesday, and it's Friday now. Gusto comes set. We'll do 0-2 right here. He waits. Now the 0-2 pitch to Ortiz. Ortiz swinging a ground ball fouled on the first base line again. That sweeper runs inside on him, and he fouls it down the first base line. So we do 0-2 again right here. Working a good AB here, I'd say. Gusto now up to 48 pitches here in the 3rd inning. And we're looking at Brad Lord, who has sub 20 pitches through 2 innings. So on one side, a lot of pitches. On the other, a nice little count there for Brad Lord, especially as an opener. Long AB by Ortiz here. Another 0-2 coming. Here's the pitch to Abby. Away ball one with a changeup at 89 miles an hour, so it'll be a 1-2 count. Just a bit outside, so we'll do 1-2 right here. Gusto here, about to throw pitch number 50. So the count is up there, especially in the 3rd inning. I'd say the count is high. If you're at 15 pitches per inning, you're at 45 at the end of the 3rd. But obviously this is not a hybrid guy, not going to give you 7 innings. Here's the 1-2 to Ortiz. Called strike 3, but Ortiz immediately challenges it. We'll get another look at this one on that pitch on the outside corner. Let's see if this one's going to be overturned or if the Nationals lose one right here. Let's see. Here's the pitch. It's a ball! Abimelec Ortiz got a challenge right, and that overturns it to a 2-2 count. Let's go!
Thank you!
So do 2-2 right here. Abimelec Ortiz with a good eye that time was passionate about it. I thought it was just a call that he was angry, struck out looking, so he went back to tap it, but I guess he saw it was a ball and said, okay, I'm going to challenge it right here. So do 2-2. Gusto comes set at the belt. It'll be a 2-2 here to Little Poppy. He waits. Now here comes the 2-2. Now go over to first. Back in safely on a dive is Big Chappie. So that's the first disengagement by Gusto in this game, really. We had one earlier to Nunez when Nunez got on fielder's choice. Chaparro out to a good lead right here on a 2-2 count. Maybe he's on the move right here. I do not want Chaparro on the move. Anyone else? Here's the 2-2 coming to Ortiz. Swinging a fly ball, foul again. So that 98-mile-an-hour fastball is fouled off by Lil Poppy. But even on a 3-2 count, I don't know if it's worth it to let Chaparro move. I think maybe on 3-2, but not anywhere else. It's like Brad Lord. Is that Brad Lord? Brad Lord is doing squats in the dugout. Kind of trying to stay loose here, but one way to do that, he's doing squats. It looks like Chappie does have one career stolen base. No stolen bases this season. Now disengagement by Gusto just to step off here. Kind of get a timeout here as he steps off. Now he'll get ready to step back on. So if Lord's doing stretches out there and staying healthy, then the Nationals want him out there for a third inning. Here's the 2-2 from Gusto to Ortiz. Swinging another foul ball. Another foul ball on the 8th pitch of the AB. Ortiz fouls off another one. Good shot. That was the 9th pitch of the AB. That was a slider. And he fouls it off. He's seen everything. He's seen the sinker, the changeup, the cutter, the sweeper, couple fastballs. Man, he has seen everything in this AB, and he's fouled it off extremely well. Gusto sets. It'll be a 2-2 here to Ortiz. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 3. Now the catcher, Mack, wants to challenge this one. This one looks like a ball, though. That breaker on the low and outside, or just outside in general. So we'll get another look at this one. Here's the pitch. It's a ball! The Marlins lose a challenge. So the Marlins are down to one challenge now after Joe Mack, the catcher, misses that one. So the count is full at 3-2 with 2 outs. So now Chaparro will be on the move. I don't know if I want Chaparro on the move right here. Anyone else? We'll do 3-2. Gusto sets. Here comes the 3-2 to Little Poppy. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to right center. Going back to center fielder Marcy, though. And he will make the catch for out number 3 a few steps in front of the track. Abby flies out after an amazing AB. He really worked into the count that time. So he gives a great at-bat. I mean, that works. You still can't score a run, though. So we'll head to the bottom of the third, everybody. 1 hit in the inning, 1 man left on base. A lot of that going around. A lot of runners left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Still 0-0 as we go to the bottom of the third inning. It is never good if the Washington Nationals can't score early. I mean, in the game where the Washington Nationals won, they got 1 run in the third and then 1 in the fourth. They got 3 in the 7th. Lately, they haven't been scoring. It's been a while now. Now that's another inning added on to the inning bank of innings without strikeouts. Just more, and more. You don't want to see that, though. You want to see them get runs. It's going to be Ramirez, Jimenez, and Marcy for the Marlins in the bottom of the third inning as Brad Lord will be back out there. Augustin Ramirez going to lead it off for them. A guy who was at AAA, then called back up to the big leagues. I had him on my fantasy team, to be honest. He was pretty good. He was doing well. Didn't even realize he was sent down. That was how I found out he was sent down, that I just saw he wasn't putting up points. I was thinking, man, you stink. You're giving me 0 points every night. And then I realized he wasn't even in the starting lineup, so I'm thinking, man, you stink. They're benching you for a week straight. So I thought I had some sort of platoon guy on my roster and didn't even know it. And then I realized he's at AAA dominating. So Augustin Ramirez got down to AAA, and then I realized he sent down and just dropped him for K-Barrett Ruiz. K-Barrett Ruiz has been the better choice in that league, at least. And I do have quite a few fantasy baseball leagues that I compete in. Baseball is kind of my football, really, where I have knowledge that translates to fantasy, where I can use little tidbits I have, such as James Wood gets hot second half, or Andrew Alvarez has good starts. Pick him up every so often. Little things like that help out. So here we go. Augustin Ramirez, designated hitter in today's game. He also does a little catching there. So here we go. Augustin Ramirez stepping up to the plate here. Here's the pitch to Ramirez. That's going to be in there. Called strike 1 with a sinker. So to be no 1 count immediately to Ramirez. So we do 0-1 right here. Bottom of the third inning. Brad Lord just hits 20 pitches. Lord goes into the wind. Here's the 0-1 to Ramirez. Swinging a ground ball. This is right at the shortstop Nunez. Fields cleanly. Fires to first in time for out number 1. So another quick out here by Brad Lord. Working very well through 1 1/3, 21 pitches. Good outing, Brad Lord, so far. 8 hitters up so far. He's given up a walk, and that's it today. So something's brewing. Something's brewing, everybody. At least through 2 1/3. Leo Jimenez going to come up to the plate now, hitting .207 with 2 home runs on the year and 14 runs driven in. Lord is going to go into the wind. Here's the pitch here to Jimenez, and that's going to be high and inside, ball 1 with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, and that'll be ball 1, so it's a 1-0 count. Something is brewing. Something is brewing. Just a walk so far. It's no perfect game, but something else is brewing. The 1-0 from Lord. That's going to be in there, called strike 1 with a slider, so it will be a 1-1 count now. I mean, if there's one game to do it, it's the game you're at 23 pitches in the 3rd inning. This would be a 1-1 here. Lord into the wind. Here's the pitch. And that hit him. Runs inside on him with a slider. Jimenez gets drilled. That slider just didn't drop back down, so that's a hit by pitch from Brad Lord to Leo Jimenez. So Jimenez is going to take first base right here. That got him on the neck. That one was very high, too. That slider just didn't break that time, so Jimenez is going to go down to first. Lord went high and inside with a slider. Ooh, it drilled him on the left shoulder, right above the elbow guard, too. So, doesn't even hit him in the guard. So, that'll bring up the top of the order right now, and that'll bring up Jacob Marcio for 1 of the day. Lord comes set. Here's the pitch down to Marcy. He delivers. First pitch, that's inside, ball 1 with a slider. So, it'll be a 1-0 count now. Runner at first with 1 gone after the hit by pitch. Still, first time through the order, they're 0 for 7. First time through, 0 for 7 as Lord comes set. The bull waits here, and now he will throw a 1-0 pitch. He goes to the plate. Ooh, sword swing on a sweeper inside. Marcy takes a terrible swing on that one. Sword, Brad Lord. Sword from Brad Lord.
Hey, oh, let's go. Hey, oh, let's go.
Not a good swing from Marcy that time. Goes inside on the sweeper and gave him a little sword. Didn't go all the way through and just a bad swing. Lord sets. It'd be a 1-1 to Marcy. He waits. Now here comes the pitch to Marcy. Inside, ball 2 with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and it'd be a 2-1 count. I wonder who they're going to turn this game over to when eventually Brad Lord will be taken out of this game. But he's hit 27 pitches in the 3rd inning. So the count looks good, but do they go to Dion for the bulk relief or do they go to Trevor Williams? Obviously, it's going to be a bullpen game. You have a couple arms available. Not too much work in the Texas series. The 2-1 is inside, ball 3. Last work for Will Dion was on Wednesday, so 2 days ago, but he only worked an inning. So he should be ready to go. Here's now. It'll be a 3-1 to Marcy right here. I think he should be ready to go. Will Dion should be ready to go. Maybe Trevor Williams also more ready to go than Dion, and they just turn it over to Dion instead as Lord comes set. It'll be a 3-1 here to Marcy. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball foul on the 3rd base line, and that'll fill up the count to 3-2 now as that one's fouled off. Lord just about to hit 30 pitches here with Casey standing on deck, and a 3-2 here on Marcy. Getting it out here would be huge. Right here is huge. Lord looks in for his sign. Now he's got what he wants, and he comes set. It'd be a 3-2 here to Marcy. Now a timeout taken by Jacob Marcy right here just to step out and focus back up. Lord takes a quick walk around the mound and then toes the rubber once again. So we do 3-2 right here as Marcy steps up to the plate. Last time up, flew out to left field. He hits from the left side right here. Lord looks in for his sign. He comes set. We'll do a 3-2 right here. Here's the pitch to Marcy. Swinging a ground ball down the first base line, but foul, and we'll do 3-2 again. Runner Jimenez was on the move on that one, but not too surprised. It was a full count. He's not a slow runner either. Now, Will Dion up in the bullpen for the Washington Nationals. Will Dion up and warming, so Will Dion could be ready to go right here. That'd be really nice. Get Will Dion going. So do 3-2 with 1 gone in the bottom of the 3rd. Lord looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. We'll do 3-2 right here. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 4, runner on the move. So are we getting an ABS right here? They're going to say he is a walk, so no ABS here. I thought Ruiz wanted to ABS that one. He throws down to second and said, we are going to get an ABS. It's a strike! Called strike 3. Called strike 3. So what happens now? Is he moving back to first? Because Nunez tagged out the runner Jimenez. Is he out? Well, that's 2 outs. Are they going to send him back to first? Technically, Jimenez went, and Nunez tagged him out. But Nunez tagged him out. They got to challenge this. Nunez tagged him out. So Ruiz makes the throw to second. Nunez has the ball, And looks like he didn't tag him. So Jimenez could be at second right here. So now Blake Butera is going to go to the bullpen right here after Brad Lord gets that strikeout. So they didn't tag him anyway, but I think Jimenez could have stayed at first or could have stayed at second. He didn't have to go back to first. He could have had the bag right there. Well, now Will Dion's going to come out of the bullpen. Got to carry on the legacy right here. Brad Lord's day is over. He grabs a strikeout to end his outing. Good outing by Brad Lord right there. 2 2/3 innings from Brad Lord, a 0 in the hit column. Good job from him on that. We don't know the run total just yet. He is responsible for Jimenez at first, but for now it's 0. In the game, he had 2 free passes, one of them being a walk and then 1 strikeout. Here we go. Will Dion coming out of the bullpen for the Washington Nationals. Do the bulk relief of this game. Will Dion's going to take over here for the Washington Nationals in the 3rd inning. If Will Dion can do what he can do and that he is capable of doing, we could keep this going. What is going on right now could keep happening. Is it going to happen? Probably not. I think it's a fluke that Brad Lord got through that 2 2/3. He had a hit number, a certain number for hits, so I don't know. But his last outing, Will Dion, actually in the month of August has given up 2 hits. Once on August 9th and then on August 1st as well. In his 2 bulk outings, he worked 4 1/3 against the Mets, no hits and 7 strikeouts. 3 against the Reds where he went 3 innings, 1 hit, no runs. He has given up 1 run in the month of August. He has an 0.90 ERA in the month of August. So he has been great here for the Washington Nationals. And the 1 run he gave up wasn't even with the Washington Nationals. With the Washington Nationals, he has a 0 ERA. So Will Dion, honestly, since Brad Lord started opening, he's no longer in the bullpen. Will Dion is probably your best arm. As now, Will Dion going to take over here for the Washington Nationals. Here in the bottom of the 3rd is Will Dion going to take over right here. Good job that time. It was ball 4, but Ruiz thought it was a strike, and he gets it successful, overturns to a strikeout. So Jimenez went back to first, though. He didn't have to. He could have stayed there, but now he's at first. So 2 outs here, and Owen Casey coming up to the plate right here. And Will Dion going to work for the Washington Nationals. 1-0 with a 3.14 ERA this year, 16 games. The pitch from the lefty Dion to the lefty Casey is in there. Called strike 1 with an 80-mile-an-hour curveball. With the Washington Nationals this year, 4 games, a 0 ERA, 9 innings, 1 hit, 9 strikeouts. Dion looks in for his sign. Now he's got what he wants and comes set at the belt. It'll be 0-1 here. Here's the pitch from Dion. That's going to be swung on and missed on a changeup low and inside. It's an 0-2 count. Dion is confunding Casey right here. Will Dion with 2 straight strikes. It'll be an 0-2 count now. A whip at 105 as well. Dion's probably your best arm right here. Dion sets. Here's the 0-2 to Casey. Low ball 1 with a changeup. Wanted him to change that changeup that was low, but it'd be a 1-2 count now as that one is low. So do 1-2 right here. Dion could use a strike right here. I mean, 4-seamer changeup and curveball for Dion, but when he's in the zone, he is great. He's just a great pitcher when he's in the zone. And he usually is in the zone. The 1-2. Swinging a ground ball up the middle for a base hit. There goes the no-hitter. Center fielder Young going to field that one. Jimenez going to move up to 3rd. So runners on the corners here, and Casey going to hit a dumb celebration as he has a single. Whoopee, I hit a single. I'm going to go celebrate to my dugout. Runners on the corners here with 2 outs. I mean, that was an unnecessary celebration for the single. That was like a big one. He started dancing over there on first. I mean, you ripped a single up the middle. If it's a triple, sure, hit the Dalen Lyle celebration, but that's a triple. But that one was a ground ball up the middle. I mean, you broke up the no-no, but now you got to face Will Dion. So that'll bring up Griffin Conine right here. Runners on the corners with 2 away. Griffin Conine going to step up to the plate. Dion looking in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. He waits at the belt. Here's the pitch now to Conine. That is in there. Called strike 1 to the curveball. It'd be an 0-1 count. Runners on the corners here with 2 aways. Griffin Conine up to the plate at 272 average. I knew that no-hitter wasn't going to hold because these hitters have so good averages on the Marlins. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Called strike 2, the changeup, and it's an 0-2 count. I mean, if this is going to be a pitcher's duel, I would love to have the Bull pitch and Will Dion pitch. Really good there. So we'll do 0-2 here with 2 outs. Dion shakes off. Now he's got what he wants, and he comes set at the belt. He waits. Now here comes the 0-2 to Conine. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball in the dirt. Conine is down swinging, and that's out number 3. That'll end the inning. So a strikeout for Will Dion ends it. 1 hit in the inning. No runners score. And 2 runners left on base. So a 0 does go down for Lord, and a strikeout goes down for Will Dion. We are through 3 innings, everybody. It is the Nationals 0, Marlins 0 right here on District Nation as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Man, I mean, this is going to probably be a pitcher's tool then. I mean, Ryan Gusto and Will Dion dealing it out. I mean, if this is a few years ago and we're watching some studs take them out, like Jose Fernandez versus Max Scherzer, rest in peace Jose Fernandez, but Jose Fernandez, Max Scherzer, or Sandy Alcantara versus Foster Griffin, sure, pitching matchup. Ryan Gusto versus Will Dion. I mean, Will Dion's probably your best bullpen arm right now, but I didn't think he'd be in a pitching duel right here, and Brad Lord had that great opening outing, so he has set him up well, but didn't think that would be the opening strategy that would blow my mind. Didn't think this was going to be the one we were going to see, which is kind of interesting that these 2 guys are going at it as we head here to the top of the 4th inning. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. We got plenty of people to chat, so be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help out the channel just a little bit. It looks like we're still split at 50-50 in the poll with a few more votes in there, 50-50. So tell me who you think is going to win the game by voting in the poll right there. Maybe a team will cut ahead. For the Nationals, it'll be House, Ruiz, and Cruz in the top of the 4th inning. See if they can get something going right here in the top of the 4th. Get some runs. Have you seen our bullpen? Score more runs. Score a couple runs. Score 1 or 2 runs. Just get a run on the board. Get a run now. It's the 4th inning. It is tough for the Washington Nationals to score later in the game. Just get a run now. Get a run now. Get a run on the board as we go here to the top of the 4th. Brady House struck out looking back in the 1st inning. In the 2nd inning, Ruiz laced a single, and Cruz grounded into a fielder's choice. So we go top 4. Brady House, the Morgan Wallen man, will lead it off right here. No special bat for Brady House as he grounds this one. Up the middle for a base hit. Brady House thought that one was going to be fielded as that one's up the middle. Otto Lopez didn't lay out for it or anything. Brady House laces a base hit right up the middle. So there's a runner on first here with no one gone. Brady House just sends a soft ground ball right up the middle into center field. Good job by Brady House. First pitch from Gusto. Going to be aggressive and just notch a single. Solid pitching so far, says Mr. C. Yeah, I mean, you're into the 4th and you're scoreless. That's hard to do for the Washington Nationals on either side. They score a lot of runs, and they let up a lot of runs as well. Gusto looks in for his sign, or Gusto looks in for his sign and comes set. He'll face the K-Bear now, who's 1 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch to Ruiz, and that's going to be swung on. Caught by the second baseman Edwards on a bloop fly ball on the infield, and that's out number 1. Thought that one might go over his head, but that's just a little bloop to Edwards for out number 1. So 1 gone here, and that'll bring up Dylan Cruz here with a 1 away. I mean, Cruz has been on a hot streak, though. Rare time being retired right there. He's been doing very well of late. K-Bear hitting .381 over his last 7 games, .333 over his last 15. But he's 8 for his last 21. His coming set is Gusto. He'll face DC now. Here's the pitch. Cruz swinging a ground ball into left field. That's a base hit past the dive of Leo Jimenez. Slowing up at second base is going to be Brady House, but Dylan Cruz has himself a base hit to left field. And now with 1 out, the Washington Nationals have a runner in scoring position and a runner at first. So 2 runners on here for Nasim Nunez. So see if they can get some chaoticness going right here with Nunez up to the plate. Get something going here. Maybe, it looks like third baseman Jimenez is going to come in, though, and play in on the infield on the grass. So probably not a bunt here. Here's the pitch to Nunez. That's way inside, ball 1 with a sinker. So to be a 1-0 count. Sam's here throwing the eagle in there. What's up, Sam? Thank you so much for tuning in. Sam in the house. Gusto looking in for his sign. He comes set. It'll be a 1-0 here to Smoonez. He waits. Now here's the pitch. Nunez swinging a chopping ground ball to the second baseman. Flip up to second for 1. Throw to first. Not in time for the double play. Nunez beats it out. So that's going to be a fielder's choice. That moves Brady House up to third. They can't turn the double play on that ground ball to Xavier Edwards, flip it up to Otto Lopez. So Edwards fields it, flips it up to Lopez, who made a strong throw to first, but Dylan Cruz moving up to third as Nunez is able to beat out that ground ball. No double play. So runners at first and third here with 2 outs. Nunez beats out the ground ball, and standing at first is going to be Nunez. Now that'll bring up JY right here. Flew out his first time up. That ended the inning back in the second. Let's see if he can keep it going right here. Here's the pitch to Young. That is going to be called strike one on the low and inside sweeper, so it's an 0-1 count. I looked a little inside. Gusto now up to 60 pitches. But JY up right here. JY, if they face a lefty, might as well try Young in the leadoff spot, though. Let him try to slap a base hit or lay down a bunt to get the game started. The 0-1 is high, ball one. Throw back to third, but back in safely is House. Back pick by the catcher, Mack, but Brady House is able to get back in even without a dive that time. Looks like Nunez is going to move up to second on that as well. So Nunez is able to move up to second. I believe that's going to be a DI right there. So we'll get a DI right there after that pitch inside for a called strike. Looks like here's the pitch to Young, and he swings and pops this one up to right center. Ranging over is the center fielder. That's Marcy, and he makes the catch for out number 3. And that'll end the inning. Let's say they gave credit to Nunez for a stolen base. So that'll end the inning, everybody. So Nunez gets a stolen base up to second, but then Young flies out for out number 3 to Marcy, the center fielder, out in right center. That'll end the inning. Nunez, though, with stolen base number 41, continues to lead in that category. 2 runners left in scoring position for the Washington Nationals. Led to the bottom of the 4th, still no runs, even 2 hits that time, that inning. Led to the bottom of the 4th, still Nationals nothing, Miami nothing, right here on District Nation as we go to the bottom of the 4th. You got to score here, that's the thing. Now it's been 15 innings without scoring a run, and at one point we were the best offense in the league. Where did that go? I know people are going to say, oh, it was Wood and Abrams, they were carrying, but Ortiz still hits a lot of home runs. Chaparro still hits a lot of home runs. I mean, sure, Wood led the league in runs. That was a lot of our runs. But this team is entirely ice cold. They're never usually this cold where they just can't get runners in. RBI leader's gone and your run leader's gone. That's just 2 players. Curtis Mead being gone. Lou is hitting a lot of home runs. Mead obviously was too. But you're still seeing home runs go up in the air. They're just so rare now. And it's just, you're really missing a lot of hitters here. You're missing a lot of hitters, and this team is ice cold at the same time as well. As we go to the bottom of the 4th, Will Dion will head back out there, facing some of the better hitters in the league right here, Edwards, Lopez, and then Hernandez. But still, Xavier Edwards and Otto Lopez get a lot of base hits, so you're going to have to face them. Tough to face guys like them who get on base just so much. They get on base a whole lot. And Will Dion's going to have to put him down right here. Only 1 hit so far in this game through 4 innings. At least 3 innings for the Miami Marlins. For the Washington Nationals, 4 hits through their first 4 innings. They just can't score any base runners. They get runners into scoring position, then just can't score them. Left runners at second and third last inning. Left a runner at third back in the first inning. So here we go. Stepping up to the plate is Xavier Edwards here to start the bottom of the 4th as Will Dion steps back onto the rubber to go back to work here in his bulk relief position. Dion looks in for his sign. He comes set. He'll face Xavier Edwards right here. Dion sets. Here's the pitch to Edwards, and that's going to be swung on. Hit out to center field, but Jacob Young ranging over to right center. He calls for it, and Jacob Young makes the catch out there in right center for out number 1. Xavier Edwards down on 1 pitch. So that is out number 1. So Will Dion gets quick work done in the bottom of the 4th to get the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Otto Lopez. Otto Lopez has been one of the best hitters in baseball lately, especially with the average. But Will Dion's been good out of the bullpen as well, so kind of good versus good right here. Lopez has his average this year at .307, only 9 home runs, but 153 hits, 54 RBIs, and 24 runs driven in. Dion sets. Here's the pitch to the righty Lopez. That's way upstairs, ball 1 with a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. It'll be a 1-0 count here to Lopez. Lopez also patient as well, an on-base percentage of .343, but it's not like he takes a ton of walks. Only 28 this year. Here's the 1-0 from Dion. That's going to be called. Strike 1 with a changeup, top part of the zone. So it'll be a 1-1 count now. But Otto up to the play here. OPS is at .791, but it's not like he's going to drive in a ton of runs or even hit a bunch of home runs. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That is upstairs, ball 2 with a changeup. Now, oh my gosh, Ruiz is going to challenge that one? That one is not there. I will say that now. That one is not there. We'll get an ABS on here. Here's the pitch. And it's upstairs by a lot, a whole lot. That one is way upstairs. They don't even register how much that is off by. And here in the bottom of the 4th, the Washington Nationals are out of challenges. Coming set is Dion at the belt. Here's the 2-1 to Lopez, and that's going to be upstairs, ball 3 with a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. It'll be a 3-1 count now. Lopez is 0 for 1 on the day with a ground out back in the second inning. We'll do 3-1. Dion looks in for his sign. Shakes off. Now he's got what he wants and comes set. Here comes the 3-1 to Lopez. That's going to be a curveball in there, called strike 2. So that fills up the count to 3-2 with that 78-mile-an-hour curveball. So 3-2 here. Dion looks in for his sign. Shakes off. Now he's got what he wants and he comes set. Maybe he goes back to the curveball right here. Here's the 3-2. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to left field. Going out as Nunez. Coming out as Lyle. Lyle to make the catch for out number 2. Lyle coming in and makes the catch for out number 2. Dalen Lyle giving the ball instead of Nunez, who was running out. I don't think Nunez had a great read on it anyway. I think it should have been Lyle the entire way. So that's 2 outs now. 2 fly ball outs from Will Dion. We talked about Will Dion, a guy in the Foster Griffin trade earlier this year, a few weeks ago. The Washington Nationals give up Foster Griffin. You lose that spot in the rotation. Will Dion has been a great package on the other side, though. And the Guardians didn't think they were giving up much either. As coming set is Dion. Here's the pitch to Hernandez. Check swing. Did he go? No, says first base umpire Rayburn. So to be a 1-0 count. They thought they were giving up a guy who this year had a 4.58 ERA in 12 games with them, 19 2/3 innings worked, 14 runs. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that's going to be outside ball 2 with a changeup, so to be a 2-0 count. With the Nationals, over 9 innings worked, 2 hits, 10 strikeouts. So the numbers have been tremendous with the Washington Nationals. Dion sets. Here's the 2-0 here to Hernandez. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss at a changeup, and it's a 2-1 count. Some guys sometimes just need a change of scenery. Maybe that's what Will Dion needed here in D.C. to come over, wear a different jersey, get some time as a bulk reliever, and so far it's worked out for both the Nationals and Will Dion. The Nationals have gotten a good bullpen arm who's working. He can work an inning as well in an 8th inning in a tight game, or he can do this where he works the bulk relief early on in the game. Here's the 2-1 to Hernandez. That's going to be in there, called strike 2 on the lone inside corner with a fastball at 92 miles an hour, and that'll even up the count to 2-2. And, I mean, it was a great deal. You give up Foster, who probably wasn't going to come back in free agency, as the 2-2 is lone outside, ball 3 with a changeup in the dirt. So that'll fill up the count to 3-2, and Will Dion gets a change of scenery, and he's looking significantly better with the Washington Nationals. Age 26, rookie, 5'10", 180, now wearing a Washington Nationals jersey. We'll do 3-2 right here. Here's the pitch to Hernandez. Swinging a ground ball. This is at the shortstop. Nunez ranges over. Now fires this one to first in time to out number 3. That throws a little off. Ortiz did hold the bag, though, and that's out number 3. So the Washington Nationals and the Marlins are through 4, and they are through 4 scoreless. We will head to the top of the 5th, everybody. It is the Nationals nothing, Marlins nothing, right here on District Nation as we head to the top of the 5th inning. It'll be Lyle Vivas and Chaparro for the Nationals in the top of the 5th inning. Lyle going to lead off. He's 1 for 2. Not terrible numbers when leading off, but in the leadoff spot, he did not have a hit the entire year up to this point, and his first time hitting leadoff was yesterday when he went 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. Figured out a little bit this time, getting on base in the leadoff spot, ripping a single up the middle, so that was good for him. So we go as we go here to the top of the 5th. When leading off in 76 games, he's hitting 260. That's the thing. In 96 ABs where he's led off an inning hitting 260. So I see that they wanted him there because he gets on base to lead off innings. So maybe they thought leading off the game he'd be a little bit better. They thought maybe he'd have that chance right here. As we head to the top of the 5th, you got to wonder, with a lot of arms available, is this the time to finally try Eric Tolman? Maybe even a tight game they want to try Tolman right here to get an outing against some lefties. You know, if we face a lefty, though, in the future, I would love to see Jacob Young in the leadoff spot. I saw it in 2024. It was great seeing JY get to lead off games. Leading off this year, he is hitting 235 and 81 ABs, so that's decent numbers. That is decent numbers. Or is that is a lot of ABs. Leading off, he's done pretty well. 81 ABs, he has 19 hits. Even in innings, he has 3 leadoff home runs to lead off innings. Maybe they try Jacob Young to be a guy who just hits leadoff home runs. That'd be cool. He's only struck out 10 times in those times. Maybe try it. That'd be cool. They should try that as we go here to the top of the fifth. Lyle, Vivas, and Chappie here for the top of the fifth. Let's get going. Looks like we got a new arm on the mound. It's a new arm for the Marlins right here. Do we have a new arm pitching here? So the Marlins going to have some change of scenery on the mound right here. Now pitching is going to be Josh Eknes. He'll come set right here. Josh Eknes will take over. A 1.42 ERA in 12 games this year. The pitch to Lyle, he grounds this one foul down the first base line to be an 0-1 count. It's only 4 innings worked by Gusto. Josh Eknes will take over right here. Righty arm. Eknes will take over. So Josh Eknes is the name they go to right here, wearing number 95. We'll do 0-1 here. He comes set. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Dalen Lyle. Lyle swinging a miss at a 98-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's an 0-2 count. Eknes immediately goes to 0-2 against Dalen Lyle after Gusto works 4 innings of scoreless baseball. Maybe they want some length out of Eknes right here, or they're just looking for him to go 1 inning. Career, just these 12 games he's pitched this year. Here's the 0-2 to Dalen Lyle in the dirt, ball 1 with a curveball, so to be a 1-2 count. 12 2/3, 9 strikeouts so far. A 1.26 whip put up average against him, 200. 1 save as well this year. A good arm so far at the big league level. Eknes set at the belt. Here comes the 1-2 to Dalen Lyle. Lyle swings and fouls this one off, and we'll do 1-2 again. No one has successfully, or it looks like one guy has successfully hit a home run off of him. So far, 5 runs, only 2 of them earned over 12 2/3 innings so far this year. 1 home run given up. Coming set is going to be Eknes. Here comes the 1-2 to Lyle. He goes to the plate. Swinging a fly ball, foul, will do 1-2 again. That's the thing Lyle has done well, even as a leadoff hitter here. He fouls off a lot of pitches, and you'll notice it. Age 24 here for Eknes, the 6'4", 225 righty, rookie here for the Marlins. We'll do 1-2. Eknes comes set. Now here comes the 1-2 pitch to Dalen Lyle. That's outside, ball 2 with a 99-mile-an-hour sinker, and that'll even up the count to 2-2. That one off the plate. Already a 6-pitch AB worked by Dalen Lyle. Good AB by him. Eknes sets. Here comes the 2-2 to Lyle. Lyle swinging a loop into right field. That's a base hit. Dalen Lyle has his second base knock here. Hits that 98-mile-an-hour fastball into right field for a base knock. The Washington Nationals now have a base runner here to get the top of the 5th going after a base hit for Dalen Lyle. Lyle with a knock, so the Nationals get the first hit off of Eknes here. So we go. Runner at first here is now coming up to the plate is Jorbit Vivas here to face the righty Eknes. Dalen Lyle so far wasn't good in the leadoff spot last night. Tonight, 2 hits. Coming sets Eknes. Here's the pitch to Vivas. That's going to be a sweeper that sweeps back into the zone, and it's an 0-1 count. On an 84-mile-an-hour sweeper, it'll be an 0-1 count now. 235 average for Vivas on the year with 3 home runs and 21 runs driven in. On the day, 0-2 with a ground out and a strikeout. Eknes sets. Here's the 0-1 to Jorbit. Eknes goes to the plate. Vivas takes a curveball inside, ball 1, but catcher Joe Max is going to go to the ABS right here. He touches his helmet right here on that ball. We'll get another look at it right here. So here comes the ABS. Here comes the pitch. It's a strike. It did clip the low and outside part of the zone, low and inside part of the zone. It's an 0-2 count. That one overturned, and the Marlins retain their final challenge. Nationals at no challenges, and the Marlins still have 1. So 0-2 right here. Eknes gets lucked out that time from his catcher, Mac, that time, and Vivas now in trouble on an 0-2 count. 0-2 here with 1 gone. Vivas facing Eknes. Eknes set at the belt. Here comes the 0-2 to Vivas. Low and in, ball 1 with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. That one kind of in an identical spot. That time with a fastball, though. So it'd be 1-2, 99 miles an hour, low and in. Backs Vivas off the plate a little bit. Mac comes this is Eknes. Mac's the catcher. Here's the 1-2 to Vivas. Eknes ready. He goes to the plate. The 1-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball out to left field, and this one will get out of play. We'll do 1-2 again. So now 11 pitches by Eknes in this outing so far. Only 2 batters faced, no outs just yet. So some outings he's been up to 31 pitches. An outing he went just 1 inning. 31 pitches, 16 strikes. He walked 3 guys in that outing against Minnesota. Faced the Nationals on May 10th, a third of an inning, no hits, no runs, 3 pitches, all 3 strikes. The 1-2 to Vivas, swinging a fly ball down the left field line. This one is going to be caught by the left fielder Hernandez. They're going to say probably in fair territories. That's out number 1. So they're going to call that in fair territory. We will see. So that is out number 1 as Vivas flies out to left field. That's out number 1. Lyle stands at first here with 1 gone, and coming up to the plate is Andres Chaparro. So they're just going to give him a plain fly out, no foul ground. So they're going to say Hernandez caught that in fair territory. So 1 out now, and Andres Chaparro comes to the plate. Eknes sets. Here's the pitch to Chappie. Swinging a miss on a low and away sweeper. Chaparro can't even touch it, and it's no 1 count now. Chaparro today has a walk and a single today. Eknes comes set. 0-1 here to the fellow righty Chaparro. He waits. Now here's the pitch to Big Chappie. He goes. Chaparro takes a pitch in there. Called strike 2, the 98-mile-an-hour sinker. It's an 0-2 count. Work the count right here. Do not let Eknes come out for a second inning of work. You're probably not going to touch him. The longest outing he's had this year is 1 2/3. He completed 1 2/3 with 23 pitches one day. Then it took him 32 the next. The 0-2. Swinging a ground ball fouled on the first base line. We'll do 0-2 again. He pitched in May and then came back in August, really. So he was put on the injured list on June 1st. And then he went to the 60-day on June 21st, and then rehabs on July 23rd. He just got called back up on August 3rd. We'll do 0-2 right here. Here's the pitch to Chaparro. Outside ball 1 with a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. It'd be a 1-2 count now. And a little bit outside. We'll do 1-2 right here. 1-2 here with 1 gone in the top of the 5th. Chaparro facing Eknes. Eknes comes set. Here's the 1-2 to Big Chappie. Eknes set at the belt. He goes to the plate. Chaparro swinging a ground ball down the first baseline and foul. Looks like that Lyle was on the move right there. On that pitch, he was on the move. So we'll do 1-2 again after Lyle was on the move that time but can't go anywhere. We'll do 1-2 again. 1-2 with 1 gone here in the top of the 5th inning. Chaparro working a good AB2. Now Eknes up to 17 pitches here. In his first inning of work, he has 1 out. So the Nationals have figured out how to foul pitches off. The 1-2, swinging a line drive down the left field line and foul once again on an 84-mile-an-hour curveball. Great AB works by Chaparro now. Good job. He is working a good AB right here. Looks like we're getting the return of the scrappy Nats. Eknes comes set. We'll do 1-2 again right here for pitch number 19 of the inning. Here's the 1-2 to Chaparro. Swinging a fly ball. This one is on to shallow center. Center fielder Marcy coming in. And he's still coming in, and he makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 outs now, and Lyle is still at first. Man, just can't get anything now. 2 outs now, and that'll bring up Abimelec Ortiz. He's 0 for 2 on the day. So Abby Ortiz will come to the plate with 2 outs. Abimelec Ortiz will come to the plate. Eknes about to throw his 20th pitch of the inning, so probably not going to return for a second inning. Eknes comes set. He'll pitch to Lil Poppy right here. He waits. Here comes the pitch to Ortiz. He waits. Now he goes to the plate. First pitch to Ortiz is going to be called strike 1. Oh my gosh, that was low and inside. But they're going to call that a strike, so Abby's going to take a timeout now. Not a good call on Abimelec Ortiz, man. Not a good call at all for Rob Drake, home plate umpire right there.
Hey, it's Enrico Palazzo!
So do 0-1 now. Eknes sets. Here's the pitch to Ortiz. Swinging a fly ball out to left center, ranging over to left fielder Hernandez towards the gap, and he makes the catch for out number 3, and that'll end the inning. So once again, 5 more innings, and the Washington Nationals still haven't scored a run. 1 hit, 1 man left on base. We will head to the bottom of the 5th, everybody. It is still Nationals nothing, Marlins nothing right here on District Nation. Hello, Lil Poppy. Yeah, just can't get anything right that time. Just can't get runs. Oh, come on. Come on, Lil Poppy. Yeah. Just can't get anything right there as we head here to the bottom of the 5th. They cannot get any runs right here. You got to score a run. That's the thing. Score a run. You can't win a game without scoring a run, and they have been scoreless for 16 innings now. Man, 16 innings without scoring a run. I mean, I know it is very blunt to say and very just kind of random, but score a run. That's all you got to do is score a run. Just score 1 run, and you could probably be set to win. With the way this matchup is going, it's a pitching matchup. Score a run, and chances are you probably win this game. Just score 1 run, and you're missing a lot of guys. It's very tough to do as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Kind of a quick game, though. No runs into the bottom of the 5th inning. It'll be Mac, Ramirez, and Jimenez for the Marlins in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Will Dion's cruising right here. Let him keep cruising. Just work there. That works for me. If he can keep cruising right here as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Let's go, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Man, this is just tough. I mean, Will Dion's giving you a gem, and that's the thing. We've seen a lot of outings where the pitching can't back up the offense. Now, the offense has to match up with the pitching that we have. We had a great outing from Andrew Alvarez yesterday. Andrew Alvarez goes 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Then Rebalta gives you a scoreless 6th. Beater gives you a scoreless 7th. Cosgrove gives up 1 in the 8th. 2 runs across 8 innings. The Nationals pitching doesn't often do that. So, got to help them out when they can. They did shut out the Rangers on Wednesday. So here we go. Dion back out there. He'll face Joe Mack right here. Dion sets. He waits. Here's the pitch to Joe Mack, and that's going to be swung on. Hit out to the infield. This one not hit hard at all. On the infield, it's going to be Nunez to make the catch right behind the pitcher's mound for out number 1. So Nunez makes the catch right behind the pitcher's mound for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That's out number 1, and that'll bring up Agustin Ramirez, the designated hitter in today's game. Will Dion only at 21 pitches here, and he's been pitching since the 3rd inning. He's on cruise control. If he can get a good outing right here, that'd be great. 1 strikeout for him, 1 hit so far as well. Dion will now face Agustin Ramirez, the righty. Dion looks in for his sign. He comes set. He will face Agustin Ramirez now. Here's the pitch. That's going to be upstairs, ball 1, with a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. That's ball 1, so it'll be a 1-0 count here to Agustin Ramirez. Dion looks in for his sign and comes set. Taps his foot a few times. Now he doesn't really come fully set. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's going to be a curveball upstairs, ball 2, so it'll be a 2-0 count. He never really fully comes set. He taps his foot a lot. I mean, he does it a lot. Like a lot. So it'll be a 2-0 here. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss at a changeup, and it's a 2-1 count. So Agustin Ramirez was in the trade package back on July 27th, 2024 for Jazz Chisholm Jr. So he was with the Yankees for a little while, then sent over. The 2-1 pitch, swinging a foul back, it'll be a 2-2 count. Agustin Ramirez last year with Miami in 136 games hit 231, 21 home runs. We'll do 2-2 now. Dion wears number 76 for the Washington Nationals. Good to see Will Dion looking good in that new jersey. And a guy who gets a change of pace and starts doing really well. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3 on a 91-mile-an-hour fastball, bottom part of the zone. And that's out number 2, and Will Dion has his 2nd strikeout on the evening. Good job by Will Dion. Will Dion gets the strikeout, and there's 2 away right here. 2 away, and that'll bring up Leo Jimenez. So Jimenez got hit by pitch back in the 3rd inning, one of the last hitters Lord saw before he struck out Marcy looking. Here's the pitch to Jimenez. That's going to be a curveball. In there, called strike 1 in the inside corner, and it's an 0-1 count now. 0-1 here with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Dion looks in for his sign and comes set. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Jimenez. Called strike 2 on a fastball to Jimenez. That clips the lone inside corner, and it's an 0-2 count now. Good job. 0-2 here with 2 outs now. Dion looking in for his sign. He's got it and he comes set. It'd be an 0-2 right here. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Jimenez. Swing and a miss at a low and away changeup, and Will Dion slaps his glove as he hops off the mound. That's out number 3. Will Dion has 2 strikeouts in a row, and we are through 5. Will Dion, go to work. 2 strikeouts in a row.
Let's go. Let's go.
So we're through 5 innings, everybody, and it is 0-0 as we head here to the top of the 6th inning in a 0-0 game. Nationals 0, Marlins 0. House, Ruiz, and Cruz will hit for the Nationals in the top of the 6th, but it doesn't really matter, though. Just any hitter. Get a run on the board. Get a run on the board right here. Looks like Tyler Zuber is going to take over for the Miami Marlins. We're going to have a new pitcher here. Zuber going to take over for the Miami Marlins. So Tyler Zuber this year, 2-1 with a 3.16 ERA over 28 games. 25 and 2/3 innings worked, 30 strikeouts for Zuber. So it's a righty arm right here in Zuber after Eknes works a clean inning. A longer inning for Eknes as well. Eknes had some trouble, a longer inning. Just do a lot more pitches, but Zuber's going to take over right here. He'll take over for the 6th. So I'm wondering they're just going to probably go one guy an inning. After Gusto works 4 innings. No runs, obviously. No one has any runs yet. Maybe Zuber will be the first one, but for the exact number here for Gusto right here, Ryan Gusto, 4 innings, 5 hits. So he gave up 5 hits. Somehow didn't give up any runs either. 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. Then 1 inning worked by Eknes there in the 5th inning. 1 hit and then zeros across the board. No runs, no walks, no strikeouts. It's kind of a pitching matchup here in Miami. Kind of two teams who are very good offenses as well. 2 teams who have great offense. And they're not really getting going on a different side of the ball. They're not getting going offensively, but the pitching is going very well as we go here to the top of the 6th inning in a 0-0 game between the Nationals and the Miami Marlins. Here we go, everybody, for the top of the 6th inning. Looks like I still have the Rangers on here. I apologize, everybody. The Rangers field is still the background. I didn't mean to do that. I'll have to change that. But now Tyler Zuber taking over for his 29th game of work right here. I'm going to have to change the image. I apologize, everybody. I did not mean to do that. Here's the pitch to Brady House now, and he swings and fouls this one off. It's an 0-1 count. I did not mean to do that, everybody. I wanted it to be the Miami Marlins field tonight, but we're going to go ahead and change that in a second right here. Fastball, sweeper, slider, sinker are going to be the numbers for Zuber right here, the pitches you'll see. The 0-1 pitch to House, that's going to be called strike 2, the sinker, so it's an 0-2 count now. Just got to throw in this Marlins field right here so everyone can see the Marlins background. We'll do 0-2. Here's the pitch to Brady House. Upstairs, ball 1, so it's a 1-2 count now. So just got to throw this in here. So got to throw this image onto the board right here. Just got to throw in the Marlins field. I didn't realize it wasn't there. We'll do 1-2. Here's the pitch to Brady House. Swinging a chopper towards the shortstop Lopez. Fields. He fires to first in time for out number 1. And that gets out Brady House. So that's out number 1 here in the top of the 6th inning. Can't get anything going that time. That's out number 1. So there you go. Now it's Marlins. Now K-Bat Ruiz will come up to the plate after Brady House grounds out. Cool looking stadium, says Mr. C. Yeah, I had to switch it to the Marlins field. I had to switch to Lone Depot Park, which is a really nice stadium. Have you been, Mr. C, though? Maybe got to add that to the count at some point. Here's the pitch to Ruiz, and that is in there, called strike 1 with a slider. I don't know if you've been, Mr. C, so have you been to Lone Depot Park? So we do 0-1 right here. K-Bear up to the plate. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Zuber to Ruiz. Ruiz swinging a fly ball. Hit pretty well out to right. Going back to the right fielder, Casey. At the track, at the wall, and that one is gone! Hits off the top of the second deck. Watch it fly. K-Bat Ruiz and the Nationals are on the board here in the top of the 6th inning. K-Bat Ruiz goes yard to make it a 1-0 game. Washington Nationals get on the board as K-Bear Ruiz, the K-Bear, launches one out of here. It's the Nationals 1, Marlins nothing. Home run number 8, RBI number 43 for K-Bear Ruiz on the year. It's 1-0. K-Bear Ruiz leaves the yard. Watch it fly. K-Bear Ruiz. Get out of here. K-Bear Ruiz with a home run. Gets a hug from Chaparro. Now it's the Nationals 1, Marlins nothing. Here's the pitch now to DC, and he swings and fouls this one off. It's an 0-1 count. All right, everybody, it is time.
A-T-S, Nats, woo!
So do 0-1 right here. 0-1 with 1 out. I've been to the old Marlins Stadium, but not to this stadium. Oh, that's cool. So it is still on your ballpark count, though. Here's the 0-1 and Cruz swinging a miss at a sweeper on the outside corner. It's an 0-2 count. Ruiz launched it to right field. Even got to stare at it for a second as well. And now one team is on the board. It took a while, but the Nationals get back on the board from a Ruiz home run. It'll be 0-2 here to DC. So immediately on an 0-2 count. Here's the pitch to Dylan Cruz. Cruz swings and pops this one up to shallow center. Now going back to the center field to Marcy. He's under it, and he makes the catch for out number 2, and there's 2 down here in the top of the 6th inning. 2 outs now, and that'll bring up Nasim Nunez, who's had a fielder's choice a couple times tonight. He's over 2 on the day. Mr. She throwing the watch it fly emojis in the chat. Yes, watch it fly K-Bear. The K-Bear with a home run. So top of the 6th, 2 outs here, and Nasim Nunez steps up to the plate. Zuber comes set. Here's the pitch now to Nunez, and he'll show bunt, but then take it back on a fastball inside at 96 mile an hour. That was low and inside, nowhere near, so Nunez was able to take it back. Zuber gives up a home run there to make it a 1-0 game. Nationals on the board, and the first one's on the board in a 1-0 game. Zuber sets. The 1-0 here to Nunez. Nunez takes a fastball outside, ball 2 to 96 miles an hour fastball, so to be a 2-0 count. K-Bear Ruiz launches one for his 8th home run of the year. Ruiz has been much better this year than previous years, getting to platoon with other guys. He's hitting better as a result, the 2-0 to Nunez, and he fouls this one off third base side to be a 2-1 count. 2-1 here with 2 outs. For Nunez, probably not going to hit one out. 1 home run this season, 5 in his career. 5 home runs and 511 career at-bats. 1 in every 100 he hits a tank. The 2-1 to Nunez, and that is called strike 2, the fastball, top part of the zone. That was not a strike. Looking back, that was out of the zone. So the Nationals can't challenge it. It will be 2-2 here. Out of challenges very early on in the game, so none left for the Nationals. We'll do 2-2. Zuber sets. Here's the 2-2 to Nunez. Upstairs, ball 3 with a 96 mile an hour fastball, and that will make it a 3-2 count. 3-2 here with 2 outs. The hypothetical runners on base will be going. Zuber comes set. We'll do 3-2 now. Here's the pitch to Nasim. Nunez swings and fouls this one off. Good AB by Nunez right here. Good AB here. Working a good AB here in the top of the 6th in a 1-0 game. This is exciting now because the Nationals hold the lead now. But now they got to try to hold a lead. They got to actually try to hold a lead now. 3-2 here with 2 outs. Zuber comes set. We'll do 3-2 now. Here's the pitch to Nunez. He goes. Swinging a fly ball, foul again. Nunez working a good AB now. That one fouled away again. We'll do 3-2 again. Nunez not going down without a fight in this one. He's not going to go down easily. Straight fastballs so far, though. 7 fastballs. I bet if he threw a breaker right here, Nunez would swing through it. And all around 96 miles an hour as well. It's all straight fastballs. The 3-2 to Nunez. Swinging a line drive into right field for a base hit. Edwards sprawling out to get it. He can't, so Nasim Nunez is going to have a 2-out single right here. He laces that one to right field. Edwards tried to make a sprawling play. He can't. So Nasim Nunez is going to have his first knock on the night. Nasim Nunez just roasted into right field past Edwards. Edwards can't even get to that one. Edwards usually a good defender, but Nunez roasted it past him. So that's a hit for Nasim Nunez with 2 outs. There you go. That works. Zuber sets. Here's now the pitch to JY. He goes to the plate. Young takes a pitch low. Nunez on the move. The throw is not in time. And Nunez with another stolen base. That time they can't even lay the tag. Throw from Joe Mack was a little in front, so they had to come out in front. That was Xavier Edwards going to cover. Nunez is fast, and the throw is a little out in front, so Edwards couldn't even swipe the tag that time. Stolen base number 42 for Nasim. Maybe he can get 50 this year. Another bag for Nunez. So here comes the 1-0 here to JY. Here's the pitch to Young. Young takes a slider outside, ball 2, so it's a 2-0 count. There you go. Start looking to get some runs now. 2-0 with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Jacob Young 0 for 2 on the day with a couple flyouts to center field. Zuber comes set. Here's the 2-0 to Young. He goes to the plate. Young takes a sweeper in there, called strike 1. Had Young actually turn his back on that one. He turned away like it was going to hit him, and then that dips right back in with a sweep. Right back into the zone, so to be a 2-1 count. The effects of the sweeper. We'll do 2-1 here. Here's the 2-1 to JY. That's low, ball 3 with a sweeper at 82 miles an hour. So to be a 3-1 count now is away, ball 3. So to be 3-1 here. Jacob Young, stay patient, especially with a runner at second. If you get your pitch, though, lace it to right field or lace it to left field. Try to score Nunez. Here's the 3-1 to JY. That is called strike 2. Young started his run towards first. That is called strike 2, so Young couldn't hear him. He's saying he couldn't hear him, saying, I couldn't hear you, but Young is apologizing over that, running towards first, and kept running even after he called it a strike. So that'll fill up the count to 3-2 now. 3-2 here with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Young facing Zuber. Zuber comes set. It'll be a 3-2 here to JY. Here's the pitch to Young. Outside ball 4, and Jacob Young takes the 85-mile-an-hour sweeper out of the zone for a walk. So that'll bring up the top of the order here with runners at first and second and 2 away. So it looks like Marlins pitching coach is going to come out here. At least a coach is going to come out. They are active up in the bullpen. Looks like Gibson's going to come into the plate. Is going to come into the game. So Zuber's day is over now. Tyler Zuber's day is over after giving up the home run, a fly out, a single, and then a walk. So they're going to go to Gibson right here. They're going to go to Ryan Gibson after the K-Bat Ruiz solo home run. So that's the end of the day as they're going to go to Gibson now. This is Cade Gibson. So this guy's name is Cade Gibson, the 28-year-old, 2-0 with a 5.66 ERA this year. Over 30 games, 35 innings worked, 30 strikeouts. They'll go to Gibson now after the walk by Jacob Young. Runners at first and second here with 2 outs. So Gibson's going to take over now. Cade Gibson shares something with the Washington Nationals ace. They share the name. Cade Gibson, Cade Cavalli. As we go here for Cade Gibson to take the mound for the Miami Marlins. I mean, now you're just trying to get runs on Gibson right here. Get as many runs as possible. Try to blow this thing open here. Leave no doubt. For Zuber, he works 2/3 of an inning here in the 6th inning. He gives up 1 run, but that's not his total. 2 hits. We don't know his run total just yet. He did walk a man, no strikeouts. So here we go. Runners at first and second here with 2 away. As coming up to the plate is going to be Dalen Lyle. Dalen Lyle will come up to the plate now. So Dalen Lyle will hit. He is 2 for 3 on the day here in the leadoff hole. He's been doing well in the leadoff spot. Gotta love when Dalen Lyle can rake wherever he is in the order. He does very well. Excuse me, everybody. Just have to step off camera for a second here. Thank you, everybody. Sorry about that. But here we go. As the lefty, Cade Gibson going to take over with an over 5 ERA at a 5.66, 30 games. 35 innings worked this year, as we said. He has 18 runs. Or excuse me, that's 25 runs. Gibson sets. Facing the fellow lefty, Dalen Lyle. Here's the pitch. Lyle swings and fouls off this sweeper on the outside corner. It's an 0-1 count. I know he's not the best arm, but they set up this matchup right here. They want Gibson, the lefty, to face Lyle, the lefty. So we'll do 0-1 right here with 2 outs. We're looking for him just to get 1 out right here. I mean, an over 5 ERA, it's time for the Nationals to eat right here. If Dalen Lyle can get on base, that's a good thing right here. Gibson sets. Here comes the 0-1 to Lyle. Lyle takes a slider outside ball, 1 at 88 miles an hour. So that'll even up the count at 1-1 now. Dalen Lyle up to the plate right here. For Gibson, sweeper, sinker, curveball, and slider is his arsenal. Really no fastball there. Here comes the 1-1 to Dalen. Gibson goes to the plate. Lyle takes a pitch upstairs. Nunez on the move. The throw is in time. He is out. Nunez trying to steal third, and Joe Mack cuts him down. That's out number 3. Nunez cut down for the 8th time this season. They're not going to challenge this one. I mean, it was pretty obvious that's out number 3. So the Louisville Slugger doesn't even get an opportunity that time as Nunez is cut down trying to steal third. That will end the inning. So Nunez caught trying to steal third that time. 2-5 on the putout to end the inning. So that'll end it, everybody. No even batter faced for Gibson, but he does get a third of an inning of work. So Gibson does get out of it. We will head here to the bottom of the 6th, everybody, but the Nationals get a run on the K-Bat Ruiz home run. It's now the Nationals 1, Miami nothing, as we head here to the bottom of the 6th inning. But caught stealing is Nasi Nunez that ends it right there. I think that third of an inning of work still goes to Gibson, though. So Zuber's run is just up to 1 there. His count is just up to 1 run. So that's a third of an inning work for Gibson. Didn't even face a batter. Here we go here to the bottom of the 6th inning. Let's check some scores around the league, everybody. Keep you updated so you don't even have to leave the stream during other MLB games. We can update you, tell you what games are coming up today, what's going on, just give you a rundown here of what scores are going on around the league. Looks like The Marlins have cut ahead in the poll. Okay, so people rooting for the Marlins. In the top of the 7th inning, the Phillies are beating the Cardinals in Philadelphia 5-4. Looks like the Orioles beating the Rays 5-3. The Marlins and Nationals, of course, middle of the 6th inning, 1-0 game. Yankees beating the Blue Jays 3-1 in New York. The Red Sox beating the Giants 5-4. Mets beating the White Sox 1-0. Just underway in the bottom of the 3rd, Tigers, Royals. Top of the 3rd, you got Athletics, Astros, Angels, Rangers in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Bottom of the 1st, Guardians, Rockies. At 9:40 night, we're going to have Reds at D-backs. 9:40 as well, Twins, Padres at 10:10 p.m. Pirates at Dodgers. Bubba Chandler, Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Should be a good matchup over there. Then Cubs, Mariners at 10:10. And a final score, the Brewers beat the Braves 2-1. So Will Dion back out here for the bottom of the 6th inning. I heard that the Washington Nationals are trying to get, the Dodgers are trying to get a standing ovation here for Kyle Tucker. So they're trying to get Kyle Tucker a standing ovation. So it looks like we were looking again what were they challenging? Someone came out and talked. So Joe Mack cutting down Nunez. I think there was something being talked about there. Kyle Tucker hitting 5th in the game tonight for the Dodgers. Here we go. Here in the bottom of the 6th, Will Dion will face the lefty Marcy to get this bottom of the 6th underway. District Nation, the Nationals are going to the playoffs. I mean, we are 7 games under 500 at 61-68. Sure, but I mean, it's still fun to watch the guys. And there's still a chance they rattle off 20 in a row. It can still happen. Dion goes to the plate. Marcy's going to show bunt, then takes it back on an 81-mile-an-hour curveball. It'd be a called strike, so it's an 0-1 count. I mean, more miracles have happened. Better miracles have happened than a team making the playoffs. So there's a chance, but it's also fun just to watch the guys. As we'll do 0-1 right here. Dion sets. Here's the 0-1 here to Marcy. He goes to the plate. This one is going to be called strike 2 with a cutter. So that cutter is not in the zone. I wish they'd show a replay here because that one was not close. That cutter was not in the zone that time. That one was not near. But they are going to call it a strike, so it'll be an 0-2 count now. Dion comes set. The 0-2 to Marcy. Inside ball 1 with a changeup at 77 miles an hour. So it'll be a 1-2 count now. It's like Disney's up in the bullpen for the Washington Nationals. Orlando Revolta warming up. So 1-2 right here. I mean, it's good to have Revolta up. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swinging a foul ball third base side off the 91-mile-an-hour fastball. He goes oppo and fouls it off. Dion up to 33 pitches now, and he has had a very good outing here in this game, though. He has had a great outing. So do 1-2 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Dion looks in for his sign. Shakes off. Shakes off again. Now he's got what he wants, and he comes set. He taps his feet a few times. Now he goes in the dirt ball 2 with a cutter, so to be a 2-2 count. Dion's got to get you through the 6th here. I know that Revolta's warming up, but you got to let Dion get you through the 6th inning because you don't want to have to use 4 different arms. I mean, looking at it, you're probably going to use Revolta. Beater probably for the 9th inning. Here's the 2-2 here to Marcy. Swinging a line drive down the right field line, but foul. Just foul. Lucky that time. Will Dion gets a foul ball that time. Looks like Sanoa now on deck. Sanoha is on deck here to pinch hit for Casey. So Owen Casey probably going to have a pinch hitter here. We're probably going to have Javier Sanoa pinch hit as we do 2-2 right here. Dion looking in for his sign. Shakes off. Now he's got what he wants as the clock is down to 8. Dion sets at the belt. The 2-2 to Marcy. Just low ball 3. That changeup can't hit the zone, and that fills up the count to 3-2. Almost clipped, but umpire Rob Drake didn't like that one. So do 3-2 now. Dion comes set. We'll do 3-2 right here. He waits. Now time called here. The C's are signing off for the evening. Hope to see you soon, Mr. and Mrs. C. I wonder if the Nats hang on to win 1-0. Whether to be the first win of such a win of the season. Yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in, Mr. and Mrs. C. Hope to see you soon. Thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out with me for tonight's game. Thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. C. Hope to see you soon. Very, very soon here. So thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. C. The 3-2 to Marcy is upstairs, ball 4 with a curveball. So that's a walk issued by Will Dion to start this inning. So maybe Butera can't go to the bullpen, though. You cannot go to the bullpen. Do not go to the bullpen because you have to get the 7th. You have to let Dion finish the 6th because the 7th and the 8th You're going to need Robalta and another arm, possibly Tolman, beater for the ninth. You cannot use another arm here in the 6th. You do not have a plentiful amount of bullpen arms here. So here we go. Javier Sano going to pinch hit here for Casey. Sanoha going to get a pinch hit opportunity. A righty hitter right here. Right here in the bottom of the 6th. Dion sets. Here's the pitch now to Javier Sanoa. Called strike one with a changeup top part of the zone. It's no one count. 278 average for Sanoa. 6 home runs on the year, 48 RBIs, a 7.42 OPS. Has worked up to a 317 on base percentage as well. 32 runs scored, 91 hits on the year. We'll do 0-1 right here. Dion sets. Here's the 0-1 to Sanoha. Swing and a miss at a changeup, and it's an 0-2 count. Ground ball here or a strikeout would be great, either one. Dion now at 39 pitches in the game. It'll be 0-2 right here as Dion faces Sanoha. But Dion comes set. He doesn't tap his feet as much. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss on an inside changeup. Sanoha down on 3 pitches, and that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 6th, and the 4th strikeout of the evening for Will Dion. Will Dion is doing great out of the bullpen here, and that's out number 1. Thank you so much, everybody. Another subscriber just gained. Hit 863 to went down, then right back up. So thank you so much for that new sub. Sanoha down swinging for out number 1. Dion comes set. He'll face Griffin Conine now. Here's the pitch to lefty Conine. Will Dion going to sling a throw over to first. Back in safely on a dive is Marcy. That's the first disengagement by Dion. Will Dion hasn't had to work too much with runners on base. First time that he's had to really worry about him too. Jacob Marcy is 19 of 31 this year. 61% success rate. Not great. Here's the pitch, and this one is popped up foul on a curveball and out of play. So it'll be an 0-1 count now. Will Dion is trying to get out of this situation right here. I mean, if they're going to Robalta for the 7th, chances are they're going to someone else for the 8th and Beater for the 9th. Hopefully, we hand it off to Beater for the 9th. I'm really hoping that Beater gets the ball instead of someone else. Clayton Beater is your closer of sorts. It's probably the best you have as Dion comes set. It'd be an 0-1 here to Conine. Here's the pitch from Will Dion to Griffin Conine. Dion waits. Now he goes to the plate. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to right. Going back is the right fielder Cruz. At the track, at the wall. And he makes the catch up against the wall. Fires this one back towards first. The throw is going to be wild, though, towards the catcher Ruiz. Dylan Cruz with a web gem up against the wall for out number 2. There's 2 outs now here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Dylan Cruz delivers on that long fly ball to right field by Conine. Dylan Cruz got onto the track, had to leap up and make the catch, and then bang up against the wall for out number 2. Great catch by Dylan Cruz out there. And there's 2 outs now. So good job by DC to make that catch. There's 2 outs now. And Dion has to face Edwards now. Here's the pitch to the hitter Edwards, and that's upstairs ball 1. So to be a 1-0 count now. 1-0 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. 286 average for Xavier Edwards with 6 home runs and 47 runs driven in, 19 stolen bases on the year. And now Dion will throw over to first. Back in safely once again is the runner Marcy. Xavier Edwards, a switch hitter here, so he hits from the right side here against Will Dion. So it'll be 1-0 here with 2 outs. Dion now will have to step off as home plate umpire Rob Drake will clean off the plate real quickly. Will Dion's just been great here, though, in this game, especially in the situation he was thrown into. He's been doing really well. He's also at 43 pitches, so pitch count isn't bad either. Dion set at the belt. Here comes the 1-0 to Edwards. Swinging a foul ball off of Ruiz's mask. Going to be a 1-1 count. So Ruiz gets hit by that foul ball, but that'll even up the count to 1-1. Dion, in some of his outings, he has thrown plenty of pitches. I mean, so far his longest outing is this one right here. He had 41 when he went 3 innings. When he went 4 1/3, or he went 64 pitches when he went 4 1/3. So he threw 64. He's been up some more. I think it'd be smart to send him out for the 7th. He's at 44 pitches. They're struggling against him. I think it'd be smart to send him out. As Dion looks in for his sign. He comes set. We'll do 1-1 right here. Here's the pitch to Edwards. Outside ball to the changeup. So it'll be a 2-1 count now. Will Dion just working very well right now. 45 pitches. He has worked from the 3rd inning here to the 6th inning. 2 clean innings, the 4th and the 5th. Got out of the 3rd, now here in the 6th, trying to get out of this situation. Here's the 2-1 to Edwards. Dion goes to the plate. Called strike 2 on a fastball at 90 miles an hour, but Xavier Edwards is going to challenge this one, and that did look low for a ball, so this is probably going to be overturned. We will get another look at this one. Here's the pitch. It is a ball, so that one is low. Challenged by Xavier Edwards, and the Marlins will continue to hold on to that challenge. That one off by 0.9 inches. So that is overturned to a 3-1 count now. Dion looking in for his sign. I mean, whatever Ruiz throws down, he should probably throw. He will shake on the first sign here, so he's got what he wants. Here's the 3-1 to Edwards. Now go over to first, back in safely once again, is Marcy. So 2 attempts now from Dion. So he's on the move here. He's probably on the move right here. 3-1 here with 2 outs. Dion looking in for his sign. He comes set. It'd be a 3-1 here to the K-Bear, catching, and Edwards up to the plate. The 3-1, called strike 2, curveball top part of the zone. That'll fill up the count to 3-2 now. 3-2 here with 2 outs. Runner at first is Marcy. He will be on the move right here as Xavier Edwards up to the plate. Huge if Will Dion can get out of this right here. Dion comes set. It'll be a 3-2. Here's the pitch to Edwards. Low ball 4, and that's going to be a walk. So Dion issues his 2nd walk of the inning, and now there's going to be runners at first and second here with 2 outs. So 2 outs here, runners at first and second. So 48 pitches now for Will Dion after he walks the 2nd hitter in the inning. And now runners at first and second. So Marcy's in scoring position. Edwards stands at first. Now the infield is going to come in here. And Blake Buterra's making the call. Oh, my gosh. Don't make the call here. Let him face Lopez. No, they're not going to let him face Lopez. Orlando Ribalta's coming into the game. Disney's going to come into the game here. So now Will Dion's day is over. But you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. Here we go. Orlando Ribalta takes over. Disney takes over. Last time, I got angry because Ribalta came in. Disney did well. But here's the thing. The more arms you have to use is bad. And Will Dion probably could have gotten out Otto Lopez right there. Now you have to use more than one arm because Ribalta's probably not going to return for the 7th inning. You're going to need to use an arm for the 7th now. And for the 8th inning, and you don't have Ribalta to do it. And now you also have to use Beater for the 9th inning. So honestly, I thought we should have stuck with Will Dion right there. Blake Buterra has shown he doesn't have too much faith in many of these arms, and honestly, I get why. But you gotta give him a little leg room right there. Let him face Lopez. But I guess that's not the move. After Dion works 3 innings, he works a good 3 innings as well. Dion works a successful 3 innings. Ribalta's gonna take over here in the 6th. I mean, honestly, 3 more arms after this. I don't know if I can name 3 arms I trust with a 1-0 lead in our bullpen. I don't know if I can. Honestly, if I have to name 3 arms, Beater, after Ribalta, other arms you have. Tom Cosgrove, Jake Bird, Max Kranick, Eric Tolman, and Trevor Williams. Your best bet is going to Trevor Williams and trying to get a couple good innings out of Williams. That's your best bet right here. 3 innings worked by Will Dion and 3 brilliant 3 innings. 1 hit. Run total for now is 0. We'll get another look at it in a second. 2 walks and 4 strikeouts. What an outing by him. Mr. Orlando Ribalta is going to take over now. So Disney's going to take over now. In 40 games, he's 0-2 this year with a 3.32 ERA. But he'll take over right here. Orlando Ribalta, Disney known as. His nickname is Disney here on the channel. So 2 outs here. Interesting move by Buterra. Going to him early here to face Otto Lopez. But now he will face the righty Lopez. You get a righty-righty matchup now. So far, 38 innings worked by Ribalta. 35 strikeouts. Ribalta sets. Here's the pitch now to Otto, and that's going to be swung on, hit out towards right, but Cruz is there. Cruz going back, he's under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. 1 pitch and 1 out for Orlando Ribalta. If we threw 1 pitch, he can definitely head back out there for the 7th inning. But that'll end the inning, everybody. Another scoreless inning worked by the Nationals pitching. So the run total ends up being 0 for Will Dion. 2 walks in the inning, no hits in the inning. 2 walks, so 2 runners left on base and no runs. We are through 6 innings of baseball here, everybody. we're going to have to stay right here for the 7th inning stretch coming up in a moment here, but way to the top of the 7th, it'll be Lyle, Vivas, and Chaparro. We'll have to take a break at the 7th inning stretch, but for now, let's see if the Nationals get another run. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you have not already, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's broadcast. Looks like the Marlins are running away with it in the poll. All right, so we got quite a few Marlins fans here, at least people who think the Marlins are going to win. As we head here to the top of the 7th inning, let's see if anyone is replacing the man on the mound for the Marlins. They had Gibson come into the game. He didn't even face a batter, so I think he has to stay in right here. I think he's required to stay in, but one pitch, one out. Rabalta should be good to go for the 7th. Rabalta should be good to go. He should be good to go back out there for the 7th inning, give you a good couple innings of work, but the K-Bear giving you a good inning, that's really good. The K-Bear. Yeah, Tom says we need a few more. What's up, Tom? We definitely do need a few more right here. Leave no doubt, and this lead is not a leave no doubt type of lead for the Nationals. They do need a few more runs right here. Just get the win. Get the win right here. Leave no doubt. You got to put runs on the board. As here we go here to the top of the 7th inning. Thank you so much for tuning in. Rabalta should be good to go for the 7th inning, but Nationals do need some more right here. Get some runs on the board. It'll be Lyle to lead it off. Then it's going to be Vivas and Chaparro. So Sanoja is going to third base, and Conine is now in right field. So Conine now takes over, right? Griffin Conine shifts over to right field. Wow, everything's changing. How many changes are there? A lot of changes here for the Miami Marlins fielding alignment now. So here we go. Top of the 7th inning. Here's the pitch to Lyle. That's going to be in there. Called strike one, so it's an 0-1 count. So Conine is now in right field. Griffin Conine heads to right field. Gibson sets. He's thrown 4 pitches so far, but now he's working his first full inning. The pitch to Lyle. Swinging a foul ball. It's an 0-2 count. So Leo Jimenez heads over to first. Conine heads out to right field. So Jimenez is taking over first base. Conine is now in right field. And the final change is Javier Sanoja heads over to third. So that's all the changes here for the Marlins field. And now it's an 0-2 count to Dalen Lau. Shout out to give here. Shout out to my grandmom and grandbob for tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in, grandmom and grandbob, to tonight's game. Here's the 0-2 here from Gibson to Dalen Lyle. Swing and a miss, and Lyle is down swinging on that 78-mile-an-hour sweeper. And that is out number 1 here in the top of the 7th. So Lyle goes down swinging. That's out number 1. Got to get some runs right here. But shout out once again, Grandmom and Grandbob, thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's game. A 1 out here in the top of the 7th. That'll bring up Jorbit Vivas here. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Hitting in the 2-hole maybe isn't his jam right here. Gibson sets. Here's the pitch to Jorbit. Vivas swinging a ground ball. Caught. That's a line drive, and it's caught by the catcher Gibson. Or the pitcher Gibson lined right back to him, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Right back to Gibson. He makes a nice play, and there's 2 outs now. Ripped right back to the Marlins pitcher Gibson right there, and that's out number 2. Credit to Vivas. He did hit that one right up the middle. Probably a base hit on other pitchers, but that's a tall pitcher right there. Makes the play. So L1, a rare result there. L1, so 2 outs here, and that'll bring up Chappie. Here's the pitch to Chaparro, and he swings and grounds this one down the third base line. Third baseman fields it, fires to first, in time for out number 3. Sanoja came charging in, makes a strong throw to first. We may get another look at this one. Let's see if the Nationals want to take another look at this one. They will not, so that's out number 3. Chaparro can't beat that one out. That'll end the inning. Nice ground ball play to Sanoja, who got it quickly and fired it to first. It's time for the 7th inning stretch, everybody. It's time to sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. We'll be back in just a moment. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. Here we go, everybody. Top of the 7th inning. Thank you so much for tuning in to District Nation for today's game. If you enjoy this, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Is Orlando Rebalta going to stay out here for the bottom of the 7th? First pitch is going to be in there. Called strike one with a slider. Orlando Rebalta got one pitch, one out back in the 6th inning. So you're going to leave him out here in the bottom of the 7th. Try to get some outs right here. Figure out the 7th here in a 1-0 game. The Nationals hold a 1-run lead. Rebalta sets. Here comes the 0-1 here to Hernandez. That's going to be outside ball one with a slider. So that'll even up the count at 1-1. Rebalta has thrown 2 pitches now this inning, just had one back in the 6th that got the out. So he should be able to go here in the bottom of the 7th and have some good work right here. Rebalta sets. Here comes the 1-1 to Hernandez. Rebalta goes to the plate. That's in there. Called strike 2, the changeup. So it'll be a 1-2 count now. Gets the call that time. So it'll be 1-2 right here. 1-2 with no one gone in the bottom of the 7th. So here we go. Just get some outs right here. Get some outs. Get outs. Get as many outs as possible, Rebalta. So we go to be a 1-2. Rebalta sets. Here comes the pitch from Rebalta to Hernandez. Upstairs, ball 2, the fastball. So that'll be 2-2 now. Come on, just get outs right here, Rebalta. Just get outs. Get outs. I mean, there's not much color to add here. Not much color commentating to add than just get outs. Rebalta sets. The 2-2. Swing and a miss and a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. He was underneath that fastball. That one up in the zone, and he swings right through the zone. Hernandez can't hit that one, and that's out number 1. Rebalta gets the first out he needs here in the bottom of the 7th. Good job by Disney right there. Disney gets out number 1. So Disney gets the much-needed out. Rebalta looking in for his sign. He comes set. He'll face Joe Mack now. Here's the pitch from Rebalta. Swinging a ground ball. This is down the second baseman. Vivas fields it. Fires to first in time for out number 2. At first, I thought Rebalta might get that one. That was not hit hard past the mound. Thought Rebalta might field it, but he doesn't, and that is an out. So out number 2. The pitching looking very good right here. So here we go, 2 outs now. Here we go, 2 outs. So 2 outs here. Coming up to the plate now is going to be Agustin Ramirez. 240 average, 2 home runs for him. Rebalta sets. Here comes the pitch to Ramirez. That's going to be inside ball one with a sinker at 97 miles an hour. It'll be a 1-0 count. Looks like Calvin Foucher. I think that's Foucher. Calvin Foucher up in the bullpen for the Marlins. Foucher up in the bullpen. Rebalta sets. Here comes the 1-0 pitch to Ramirez. That's going to be outside ball 2, the slider. So it'll be a 2-0 count now. 2-0 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Rebalta looking in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. It'll be a 2-0 here. Rebalta stands straight up. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Called strike on with a slider, so it'll be a 2-1 count. 6'7", 245 for Orlando Rebalta. The age 28 man has been probably your most reliable arm here in 2026. 2025 had a terrible debut season with a 7 ERA through 22 games. Here's the 2-1 from Disney. Check swing. Did he go? No, says first base umpire Rayburn. So it'll be a 3-1 count now. Doesn't say it there. So it'll be 3-1 here. So 3-1 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Rebalta looking for a sign. He's got it, and he comes set. It'll be a 3-1 here. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball down the third base line. It'll be a 3-2 count. So it looks like for the Nationals, that's Tom Cosgrove. Tom Cosgrove is our man up in the bullpen. So Cosgrove's probably going to be the 8th inning guy right here. Interesting move. They go to Cosgrove. So 3-2 here with 2 outs. Rebalta sets. It'll be a 3-2. Here's the pitch to Ramirez. Low ball 4. Ramirez takes a walk. So runner at first here with 2 outs. I mean, this is the same situation. You're going to have to let Rebalta finish the 7th so Cosgrove can go for the 8th. So we go. We'll refresh ESPN right here. That was off. Sorry, everybody. But 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Coming up to the plate now is going to be Leo Jimenez with 2 outs and a runner at first. But looks like they're going to pinch hit Estuary Ruiz. So Estuary Ruiz is going to get a pinch hit opportunity right here in the bottom of the 7th. Now K-Bat Ruiz will go out and talk to Rebalta. So Ruiz goes to Rebalta to talk about Ruiz. Let's talk about the situation right here. Disney in 2024 in 4 games had a 13.50 ERA. That was 3 1/3 innings worked, 5 runs. And then the next year he only works 22 games, has a 7.03 ERA, and he has turned into a struggling bullpen's second best arm, possibly your second best arm right here, is Orlando Rebalta. It's probably Beater and Rebalta. Rebalta, in just his 3rd season of professional baseball, or Major League Baseball at least, has found himself as a high situation reliever for a team that was a contender just a couple months ago. Sure, the bullpen was not contenders, but it works. Now timeout called by K-Bear. The catcher is going to call a timeout. Something about the pitch comm right here. He's trying to figure it out right here. He says it's good now. I like that you can have timeouts for that to see if the ABS isn't working. So Orlando Rebalta will step back onto the rubber right here. Looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set up to the plate right here. Is Ruiz the pinch hitter? Here's the pitch from Rebalta to Estuary Ruiz. He waits. Now goes back over to first, but back in safely even without a dive is Ramirez. Did not have a long lead at all. Just kind of stepped back towards first. Orlando Rebalta kind of have an up-down time. Was optioned to AAA Rochester on April 17th, then called back up on May 2nd. Here's the pitch from Rebalta to Ruiz, and that's going to be in there. Called strike one with a sinker in the high and inside corner. It's an 0-1 count. That's the thing, that he had that first career save. He gets sent down to AAA. So that means a guy who at the beginning of the season was a AAA guy has turned into your high-leverage 8th inning fella in Orlando Rebalta. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Ruiz. Rebalta goes to the plate, swinging a foul ball on a 97-mile-an-hour sinker, and it's an 0-2 count now. 0-2 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Disney trying to get out of it right here. A strikeout here would be huge. Just get out of it, set up a 1-0 game for Cosgrove. Cosgrove, who's been pretty good this year with the Nationals, at least been a good arm for the Nationals, a reliable arm. I mean, look at the numbers. Only a 4.15 ERA over 14 games. Rebalta sets. The 0-2 to Ruiz, swinging a foul ball. Foul ball off the plate, so do 0-2 again. 13 innings for Cosgrove, 10 strikeouts for him. Tommy 2-pitch could come into this game. But for now, they have Disney in right here. So 0-2 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Disney on the rubber right here. He looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. It'd be 0-2 here to Ruiz. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. An 87-mile-an-hour slider, and Rebalta grabs the strikeout for out number 3, and that'll end the inning. Disney gets 2 strikeouts in the inning. Great job on the slider, low and outside, and Ruiz chases it for out number 3, and that'll end the inning. So through 7 innings, the Marlins have 1 hit here. They have struck out a lot. Good job by the bullpen, who's doing very well this time. 1 walk in the inning, so 1 man left on base. We are through 7, everybody. It's the Nationals 1, Marlins nothing, right here on District Nation as we head to the top of the 8th inning. It'll be Ortiz, House, and Ruiz for the Nationals in the top of the 8th as we get going here to the top of the 8th. Man, good job by Rebalta. I talked about it. We should have left Will Dion in right there. I thought they were going to leave Will Dion in there for the end of the 6th inning to let him finish it out. Rebalta gets the 1 pitch, 1 out, and then works a good 7th. So now Cosgrove can go the 8th, and you can have Beater ready for the 9th inning. So, I mean, if there's a group that you want to hold a 1-0 lead, I'd say it's this group of anybody in the Nationals bullpen, because there's not too many of them. There's not too many guys you would want to hold a 1-0 lead in this bullpen. Like, I would not trust Max Kranick with a 1-0 lead. I don't want him touching a 1-0 lead with a 50-foot pole. I want him to be at a different stadium if we have a 1-run lead. Same with when we used to have him, Matt Crook. But Matt Crook was put into save situations as well. Butera had Matt Crook going into save situations. I mean, Tom Cosgrove with the Padres in 2023 was a good setup, man. I understand why he's in these situations. But for now, your 2 best arms are Rebalta and Beater. Stick with them, and stick with Cosgrove as well. I mean, this isn't a 3-headed monster. This is not Matt Litzler. This is not going to be Matt Litzler at all. Orlando Rebalta, Tom Cosgrove, Clayton Beater is not Matt Litzler. Matt Litzler's ERAs were insane. I think they were all at least sub-3. And for the Nationals, Orlando Rebalta has a 3.32. Beater's around a 3, and Cosgrove's in the 4s. So, not the three-headed monster, but still 3 decent arms. Half-decent arms as we go here to the top of the 8th. Abimelec Ortiz will face off with the lefty Gibson right here. Coming set is Gibson. Here's the pitch. Or now that's a new arm out there. Is that Foucher? Is this pitch is going to be fouled off? It's an 0-1 count. Or they're going to stick with Gibson right here. They're going to stick with Gibson. So, 0-1. They had Foucher warming up. They're going to go to Gibson right here as Abby fouls that one off. So it'll be 0-1 here. Gibson comes set. Here comes the 0-1 to Lil Poppy. Gibson goes to the plate. Ortiz swinging a miss and a diving sweeper way low and outside. Ortiz chases that one. So do 0-2 right here. 0-2 to Abimelec Ortiz. Made his debut earlier this year. Has looked very good since debuting with the Washington Nationals. We'll do 0-2. Gibson at 10 pitches comes set at the belt. Here comes the 0-2 to Lil Poppy. He waits. Now he goes to the plate. Low and outside. Ball one with a sweeper. So it'll be a 1-2 count now. 1-2, here's Gibson on the mound facing Ortiz, who on the day is 0 for 3 with a few flyouts. On deck is Brady House. He's 1 for 3 with a strikeout, single, and ground out. Coming set, here's Gibson. Here's the 1-2 to Lil Poppy. Called strike 3, a sweeper at 79 miles an hour. Inside sweeper sweeps right back into the zone for out number 1. Ortiz goes down looking. That's the second strikeout on the evening for Gibson. So that's out number 1 here in the top of the 8th. Quick out, quick work done by Gibson. So Gibson back out here for the top of the 8th. But looks like we're going to get a pitching change right here. Now they're going to go to Foucher. So Calvin Foucher is probably going to come in now after Gibson's able to work 1 1/3. So really for him, he actually works 1 2/3. So 1 2/3 innings worked from Foucher, right from Gibson, and they're going to go to Foucher now. So honestly, good innings worked by Gibson. You got to tip the cap. 1 2/3 worked by Gibson. No hits, no runs, and a couple strikeouts. Also no walks, so also good there. As Foucher's now going to come in. This is Calvin Foucher right here for the 8th inning. He'll come in mid-inning right here, replacing Gibson. So good work by Gibson, but now Foucher's going to come in. The Nationals have to get to him right here. Looks like they want the righty on the mound to face Brady House and K-Barrett Ruiz, so is it time to pinch hit Jose Tennant? Is it time to pinch hit the Spider-Man right here? We are calling him the Spider-Man because of the bat he uses. He has earned himself the nickname, the Spider-Man. He doesn't even need to be good. He earned it because of the nickname. And the fact that he uses that bat. The fact that he uses that bat is awesome. So, that is good for me. The Spider-Man for Jose Tena. As long as he uses the bat. But he's got to keep using the bat. That's the thing. As we go here to the top of the 8th inning. Let's go, everybody. 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Let's just get a run. Maybe 1 or 2 runs right here. Help out the team just slightly. Just 1 or 2 runs here. Just 1 or 2 runs. But Brady House 1 for 3. K-Barrett Ruiz 2 for 3. Ruiz has their sole run, RBI, and big hit of the game with that home run. Nothing more besides that Ruiz home run. If this game stays 1-0, this highlight reel is going to be pretty bland right here after this game. But if they can hold this win, that's good for me because it is a pitching matchup here. So they're going to bring in Foucher, the righty, right here. He has a 4.10 ERA this year, a 5-5 record over 53 games, 52 2/3 innings worked, 61 strikeouts, 26.4 strikeout rate. That is high. I mean, he looks good. This year, he's 1 of 6 on save opportunities, though. Wonder if he just doesn't get put into good save opportunities. Coming set is Foucher. Brady House will hit right here. Here's the pitch to House, and he swings and grounds this one up the middle. That's going to be the shortstop, Lopez. Fires to first in time for out number 1. Xavier Edwards had to get out of the way. They both kind of went up the middle, but it's going to be Otto Lopez, the shortstop, to make the play and fire to first. So Brady House is retired for the 3rd time in tonight's game. That's out number 2. Now the K-Bear will come to the plate. K-Barrett Ruiz has a home run in the game that grounded up the middle. Lopez was not running as fast. Edwards was, but Lopez was the one to grab it. Edwards had to duck out of the way at the last second on that play. So 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. In a 1-0 game right here, the Nationals trying to get another run right here. Foucher sets. Here's the pitch to Ruiz. Ruiz swings and pops this one up to shallow left center. Going out is the shortstop Lopez. He's under it, and Lopez makes the catch for out number 3. That'll end the inning. So 2 quick outs by Foucher. Here we go, everybody. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th in a 1-0 game. Nationals 1, Miami nothing as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Man, still 1-0. So Tom Cosgrove going to have some work to do here as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Probably not going to leave him out there. They're probably not going to leave Orlando Rebalta out there. And they had Cosgrove heavily warming up. So he should be ready to go. He hypothetically should be ready to go, ready to pitch, ready to go to work. As we get going here to the bottom of the 8th, 1-0 game, 1 run scored. Washington Nationals rarely or ever in a pitching matchup, and they are in one right here. Here you go, everybody. Just get some outs. Get some outs right here. 3 outs. Rebalta worked a good inning. Why not Cosgrove? Why can't Cosgrove work a good inning right here? 3 outs. 6 outs to go, but these are considered by the channel and by most Nats fans the hardest 6 outs to get in baseball. Considered the hardest 6 outs to get in baseball. Yes, Tommy 2-pitch is going to take over right here. That's Tom Cosgrove. Tommy 2-pitch going to take over here after Rebalta works. Rebalta works an inning and a third. Now Tom Cosgrove going to try to work at least an inning right here. Orlando Rebalta grabbed a couple strikeouts, also grabbed a walk, but no hits or runs. So that's all that matters to me. Now Tommy 2-pitch, the lefty, will take over right here. Second lefty out of the bullpen after Cosgrove coming in after Dion. Rebalta righty came in and Brad Lord the opener. So 2 righties, 2 lefties so far in the game. Tommy 2-pitch. Going to be the man they turn to, the 6'2", 190, 30-year-old. Tom Cosgrove, a lefty who throws a little bit from the side. Tommy 2-pitch, always going to bring you sweeper and fastball. Nothing more, really just sweeper and fastball. He may work in the sinker once every 30 pitches, but mainly sweeper, fastball. A good sweeper, a nice fastball to go with it. So here we go, bottom of the 8th. Get some outs here. 3 outs to go, everybody. Here we go. Bottom of the 8th inning. Here we go. Tom Cosgrove. He'll have the top of the order. Marcy, Sanoa, and Conine for the Marlins. Just get 3 outs right here. Get 3 quick outs. As here we go. Tom Cosgrove wearing Bryce Harper's old number 34, in his 15th game of work. He's one of 2 of saves, obviously, so he also can get a save. I mean, he has a save this year, which is kind of surprising. But he's been a good setup man as well. Coming set is Cosgrove. Here's the pitch to Marcy. That's going to be a sweeper. Swung on and missed at 74 miles an hour. It's an 0-1 count. He has 3 holds as well this year. So it's 0-1 here. Tom Cosgrove, 66% of the time it's going to be the fastball, 26% four-seamer, and then a sinker as well. Here's the 0-1 from Cosgrove. Swinging a fly ball, hit down the right field line, but it's foul. He turned on that 74-mile-an-hour sweeper and fouled it off. It's an 0-2 count, though. Got a good piece of it, but it just went foul. So do 0-2 right here to Marcy. This is the time to go the fastball in the outside corner. I don't think you want to go to the sweeper. At least if you're going to do it, it's got to break to the outer part of the field. Or excuse me, to the mound. It's got to be outside. The 0-2, swinging a fly ball down the right field line, but it is foul again. Cosgrove is playing with fire now, throwing that sweeper inside or even in the middle of the zone. He is playing with fire now. The first 2 were kind of middle outside a little bit. He still turned on him. That time, it's a little more inside as well. We'll do 0-2 right here. Cosgrove sets. Here comes the 0-2 to Marcy. Swinging a line drive down the right field line. That's fair towards the corner. It's called fair. Right fielder Cruz is going to have to grab this one in the corner. Rounding second, headed for third is Marcy. Throw from Vivas to third. The throw is not in time. He does play with fire, and it ends up working against him. A double for Jacob Marcy down the right field line, and now the tying run stands at third after a triple for Jacob Marcy down the right field line. Man, 90 feet away from this game being tied now, and Javier Sanoa will come to the plate. Tom Cosgrove played with fire once again. He threw a low sweeper that time. A low sweeper that Marcy's able to turn on and just rip down the line, and it rolls all the way to the wall. Cruz grabs it. Marcy is fast enough to be able to round third and have a triple out of it. Let's go. We're up to 864 subscribers. Thank you so much for that new sub. Here's the pitch to Sanoa, and that's a sweeper outside. Ball 1. It's a 1-0 count. So a triple for Jacob Marcy down the first base line makes it runner at third here with no one gone. And The tying run 90 feet away. Now the infield is completely in here. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swinging a miss at a high fastball at 90 miles an hour. It will be a 1-1 count now. Oh, now you just got to get the out. Just get the out right here. Tommy 2 pitch up to 6 pitches now in the inning. I mean, he had that 10-pitch save in Colorado where he just needed 10 pitches to put it away. That was still when the offense was amazing and putting up a lot of runs, and Cosgrove secured a save in 10 pitches, and it was a 2-inning save too. The 1-1 pitch, outside ball to the 73-mile-an-hour sweeper, and it will be a 2-1 count now. Down out of the zone, so we do 2-1 now. 2-1 here with no one gone, bottom of the 8th inning. Sanoha facing Cosgrove. Cosgrove steps back onto the rubber. He comes set. It'll be a 2-1 here to Sanoha. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive right field. This game is tied. Base hit to right. Scoring on the play is Marcy. Base hit for Javier Sanoa. We're tied at 1. So we are tied at 1. Line drive to right field. The Marlins tie this game at 1. So it'll be a base hit here for Javier Sanoa. Scoring on the play is Marcy. RBI single for Sanoha. Come on, it's the bottom of the 8th, and he threw his bat down. He threw his bat as he ran down the first base line. We're in the bottom of the 8th. It's a tie game, too. As Simon Matthews is going to come out and visit Tom Cosgrove. He threw his bat like he walked it off. It's a tie game. Or does he not know how to count and thinks we're in the 9th inning, and he thinks it's a 0-0 game? That makes sense for Javier Sanoa. But now, runner at first here with no one gone in a tie game. So now we're tied at 1, everybody. That'll bring up Griffin Conine here with a runner at first. So now Cosgrove just got to play control now. Just play control and don't let another run in. Now facing a fellow lefty here, Cosgrove sets. Here's the pitch to Griffin Conine from Cosgrove. That's going to be a sweeper in there, called strike 1 with 74 miles an hour. Just flicks it in there. Good job by Cosgrove just to put in a sweeper. So do 0-1 now. Conine on the day is 0 for 2. A walk, a strikeout, and a flyout. Cosgrove sets. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Conine. Swinging a fly ball foul and an 89-mile-an-hour fastball. Cosgrove getting a little veal. House going to check on it, but it will get out of play. So do 0-2 now. 0-2 here with no one gone in the bottom of the 8th. Looks like Clayton Beeter now up in the bullpen. So your best arm now warming up. Your best bullpen arm here in Clayton Beeter. So do 0-2 right here. To Griffin Conine. 0 for 2 on the day. We'll do 0-2 here with no one gone in the bottom of the 8th. Cosgrove facing Conine. A lefty-lefty matchup. Cosgrove sets. Here's the 0-2 to Conine. Outside ball, one with a sweeper. That one nowhere near. Way off the plate. Good job that Ruiz even got a glove on it that time. That was nowhere near.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
Should do 1-2 right here. Cosgrove comes set. It'll be a 1-2 here to Conine. Cosgrove waits. The 1-2. Outside again with a 73-mile-an-hour sweeper. That'll even up the count at 2-2. So now it's a tie game. Looks like Rabalta sitting in the dugout does not look happy about this, but now it's a tie game. And now you're thinking at best get the lead in the 9th. But if you don't and you hold it in the 9th, who do you go for extras? Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss at a 72-mile-an-hour sweeper low in the zone. Conine is down swinging. Tom Cosgrove grabs a strikeout here in the bottom of the 8th. Good job by Cosgrove just sticking to what works, the sweeper, and grabs a strikeout. That's out number 1. That'll bring up Xavier Edwards, the cleanup hitter now. Edwards coming up to the plate. Now Blake Butera going to make the call. So Butera is going to go to Clayton Beeter now here in the 8th inning. Now you just got to control this. Try to keep it tied by this point until you get to the 9th. Tom Cosgrove's day is over. 2 hits, 1 run so far, but Clayton Beeter, your best arm, C-Beats, is going to come in now. So Clayton Beeter will come into the game now here in the 8th inning after Cosgrove can only work a third of an inning. Cosgrove works a third of an inning, grabs a strikeout, 2 hits. We don't know the run total just yet. No walks, but for now it is 1 run. So here we go. Xavier Edwards will have to face Clayton Beeter, so he's going to have to hit from the left side right here. And then you got Otto Lopez as well. Getting a ground ball double play here would be great, though. Getting the double play would be awesome. Awesome Andrew Alvarez, that is. And here we go. Bottom 8. Come on, just get outs. Just get outs. But it'll be Clayton Beeter here, who is, I said that Rabalta's your second best arm. Clayton Beeter's your best arm. Clayton Beeter this year, a 3.46 ERA over 41 games, 12 saves over 39 innings, 40 strikeouts with a 1.26 whip this year. I mean, he's been good. He's 12 of 18 for saves. Let's look at this glass half full here. He's gotten 12 saves of 18 tries. He's gotten at least 12 of them. If you want to look at it glass half full here, 12 of 18. That's decent. I guess we could say that's decent. I guess it'd be kind of decent right here, but 12 of 18, so success rate is around 67%. Not completely terrible. Not completely terrible. Not the worst closer I've ever seen, because I have seen Brad Hand pitch before. But he's a good setup man. He's just not a great closer. But here you go in the bottom of the 8th. Clayton Beeter is going to have to play just everything here. Closer, setup man, anything. Anything you want to call it, he's going to have to do right here. Just don't let that runner at first score. Here we go, runner at first here with one gone. K percent of 24.4 and a walk percent of 15.2. Those are good numbers. So about 60% of the time, the ball's put in play, 40% are a strikeout and a walk. A slider and a four-seamer, 49%. So about 50-50, a little bit more to the slider, but generally, slider and four-seamer, all you're going to really see. It adds up perfectly to 100, so that's all you're going to see from Beeter here. He'll face Edwards, who's going to hit from the left side right here, but then you got Otto, who's going to hit from the right side. So setting up as best you can with the matchups. Beeter comes set. Beeter now goes to the plate as he faces Xavier Edwards. First pitch, and he grounds this one to the second baseman, Vivas. He can only go to first in time for out number 2. That was not hit hard at all, so Sanoha can easily move up to second, but out on the play is going to be Edwards. He grounds out to first. So just a 4-3 ground out that time. Moves Sanoha up to second. Runner in the scoring position here with 2 outs. That was not hit hard. Not a hard chopper hit at all. So Vivas, or excuse me, that is Vivas at second. Makes the play and just can only go to first with it. So that'll bring up Otto Lopez, 0 for 3 on the day. Beeter comes set. Sanoha getting his lead away from second. Here's the pitch to Lopez. That's going to be in there, called strike one with an 86-mile-an-hour slider, and it will be an 0-1 count now. But Otto Lopez, one of the best average hitters in the league, can get on base a lot. Doesn't draw too many walks, but he puts the ball in play a lot. Here's the 0-1 from Beeter to Lopez. Upstairs, ball one with a slider. So that'll even up the count at 1-1 now, as that one will be high. So 1-1 here. Clayton Beeter wearing a long-sleeve blue shirt under his gray Nationals jersey right here. He looks in for a sign and comes set. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Otto. Beeter goes to the plate, swing and a miss, and a low and outside slider, and it's a 1-2 count. He chases that one off the plate, so it's a 1-2 count now. Lopez 0 for 3 on the day. Beeter now at 4 pitches, just trying to get out of it right here. He sets. It'll be a 1-2 here to Lopez. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive, right field, diving play by Vivas, not made. Rounding third, headed for home is Sanoha. Cruz will fire, cut off by the first baseman Ortiz, and the Marlins have the lead here in the bottom of the 8th. Base hit to right field by Otto Lopez, who once again, one of the best hitters in the league at just getting base hits. Drives in the run this time on the oppo shot to right field. It's now the Marlins 2, the Nationals 1. They now trail here, 2-1. That run is earned to Cosgrove now, so he has 2 earned runs. But Beeter gives up a run now. It is now the Marlins 2 and the Nationals 1 here in the bottom of the 8th. Not great right there. So 2 outs here. That'll bring up Hernandez after Otto Lopez just drives the ball to right field to drive in a run. So now Hernandez will face Beeter. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be low ball 1 with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. It'll be a 1-0 count now. Just can't get it that time. So 1-0 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Coming set is going to be Beeter. Here comes the 1-0 to Hernandez. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be called strike 1 with a fastball in the low and outside corner. It'll be a 1-1. Thought that one didn't clip, but Heriberto Hernandez does not want to challenge it that time. So to 1-1 now. As a runner stands from first, the Marlins now have the lead right here. Beeter comes set. It'll be a 1-1 to Hernandez. Here's the pitch from Beeter. Now he goes over to first, actually. Back in safely on a dive is Otto. So Otto here. But, I mean, right there, Clayton Beeter just gives up the base hit to right field, and that ends it. So it's a 2-1 game now. It looks like Vivas, he barehand that one? Vivas on that ground ball to him. Did he barehand it? That's a cool play. So 1-1 here with 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Beater. Swinging a miss at a high fastball. Throw to second is not in time. Otto swipes the bag. Otto Lopez with a stolen base now. He was on the move there. Gets a good jump. Butera waiting here. He's paused play. I don't think he's going to challenge, though. He won't. So that's a stolen base, but it is a 1-2 count now. So Otto now stands in scoring position right here. The Nationals has the bottom of the order coming up. Cruz, Nunez, and Young for the top of the 9th inning. But it'd be a 1-2 count here with 2 outs. Almost got him, too. Otto got a good jump, though. Tag was late, just not in time. Beater sets. It'd be a 1-2 here to Hernandez. Here's the pitch. Low ball 2 with a slider at 88 miles an hour. And it will be a 2-2 count now. And just get the out right here. Set up for the 9th. Try to get that run in. You just want to get that run across. Just get something. I mean, Young and Nunez probably aren't going to lay the blow. It's got to be DC to get on base to start it because it's hard to do it in there. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a fly ball down the right field line. But this one is well foul and out of play. So do 2-2 again. So Deuce's situation here. 2-2, 2 outs. Runner at second. 2 runs for the Marlins. So a big Deuce's situation right here. Heriberto Hernandez facing Clayton Beater on the mound. Beater just a strike here would be good. A strikeout, a ground out, a fly out, however it is. Just don't let it be a base hit. Because 1 run is doable in the 9th. The Nationals haven't done it a lot. When they trail into the 9th, it's bad. But here comes the 2-2. That's low ball 3. It's easier when it's 1 than if it's 2 or 3. It's easier to maybe tie it in the 9th and go to extras. It's easier to do that than it is trailing by 2 or 3 runs and trying to get a lot of runs in the 9th inning. Get a full-scale comeback. Beater looks in for his sign. He comes set. It'd be a 3-2 here to Hernandez. Here's the pitch from Beater. Outside ball 4. Did he go? No, says first base umpire Rayburn. And now there's runners at first and second here with 2 outs. A walk for Hernandez. So now Beater, really struggling now, has given up a hit and now a walk. So runners at first and second here, and that'll bring up Joe Mack. Looks like Pete Fairbanks is now up in the bullpen for the Miami Marlins. Their closer of some sort. I guess you'd call him their closer. I mean, a 5.87 ERA over 41 games. But this year also, he's 18 of 21 of save situations. But he's been in 41 games, so other times he gives up runs. But 3 and 4 with a 5.87 for your closer. So you can get to him. He's not unhittable like other closers. So that'll bring up Joe Mack right here with 2 outs and runners at first and second for the 232 hitter. But Pete Fairbanks is not unhittable. Coming to 9th, you can probably hit him. The righty, so they'd probably pinch hit maybe Young. They'd probably send in a lefty of anyone if there's a lefty in the order. Beater sets. Here's the pitch to Mack. Mack takes a fastball at 97 miles an hour upstairs for ball 1. So it'll be a 1-0 count now. For the Washington Nationals, on the bench, they have Abrams, Ford, and Pinckney. And Tenna. So maybe Tenna goes up for Jacob Young, get a lefty up there. It'll be a 1-0 here. Here's the pitch to Mack. Inside ball 2, the fastball at 95 miles an hour. It'll be a 2-0 count now. So 2-0 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Beater now going to take a timeout. I'm assuming he's going to get a new ball right here after he throws 2 straight balls. Clayton Beater, once a top prospect of the New York Yankees, comes over to the Washington Nationals, where he's put into a lot of high-leverage situations. So he's been put into a lot of situations like this. It's been tough for him. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That is in there. Called strike 1 with an 86-mile-an-hour slider. It'll be a 2-1 count now. You know, just to put it in perspective, Pete Fairbanks, the closer for the Marlins, has a higher ERA than even Clayton Beater. Beater has a 3 ERA, around a 3. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swinging a fly ball. Hit out to right field. Going out is the second baseman, Vivas. He's looking for it, but it's going to be the right fielder, Dylan Cruz, under it to make the catch for out number 3, and that'll end the inning. The Washington Nationals, though, do give up 2 runs in the 8th inning, both earned to Tom Cosgrove. We'll head to the 9th, everybody. 3 hits that inning, 2 runs. They're both earned to Tom Cosgrove, and 2 runners left on base. We'll head here to the top of the 9th in a now 2-1 game. Here we go, everybody, to the top of the 9th inning. It'll be Cruz, Nunez, and Young. So Dylan Cruz has to be swinging here. It's going to be Pete Fairbanks here for the top of the ninth, not the bottom of the ninth just yet. Pete Fairbanks is going to take over for the Miami Marlins to try to put it away. So you're probably going to see a pinch hitter. For someone, Jose Tena is going to pinch hit. I don't know who it's going to be for, but he's going to get an opportunity here to face Pete Fairbanks, probably. As here we go. Foucher ends up working 2/3 of an inning. He works 2/3, no hits, no runs. No walks, no strikeouts, straight zeros across the board. But Fairbanks has the bottom of this order to face, starting with DC3. Dylan Cruz going to come up to the plate. Come on, just get the runs. Come on, get a rally going. Let's go. Charge! Here we go, everybody. Just, come on, get it right here. Here in the top of the ninth inning, 7, 8, and 9 for the Washington Nationals. Just get it right here. Get a run. Get a run. Send us into extras or put it up right here. That'd be good too. That'd be good too. As Dylan Cruz going to face Pete Fairbanks here to start it. Here we go, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. So far, no at-bats, official at-bats for Dylan Cruz against Pete Fairbanks. He got hit by a pitch, though. So there you go. He got hit by a pitch against Pete Fairbanks. He got on base in his one plate appearance. Good job for him. He got on base. So here we go to the top of the ninth. Dylan Cruz will start it off against Pete Fairbanks. This is a time for DC to get a hit right here. Just notch a base knock. Here we go. Top of the ninth for the Washington Nationals. Just got to look for one run here off of Pete Fairbanks. Pete Fairbanks, this is going to be his 42nd outing. 18 saves this year, 38 1/3 innings worked. 54 strikeouts, a 1.28 whip. So he strikes out a lot of guys. The pitch to Cruz is in there. Called strike one in the lone inside corner. That 91-mile-an-hour cutter was not there, but they're going to call it a strike. Even looking at the replay, it was not there on the lone inside corner, but they will call it a strike, so it's an 0-1 count. Here's the 0-1 from Fairbanks to Cruz. Cruz swings and pops this one up in a foul ground. First baseman and catcher giving chase, and this one will get out of play, so it'll be an 0-2 count. That one gets out of play. We'll do 0-2 right here. Pete Fairbanks, the closer here for the Miami Marlins, 18 of 21 with a 5.87 ERA. That's got to say something. He gives up runs. He is not unhittable. He is not unhittable at all. You can get to him, but he will strike out a lot of guys. Last time out for Pete Fairbanks was at Cincinnati, where he worked an inning, and he struck out the side. The last time he gave up a run was in an outing where he went a third of an inning, and gave up 3 runs, and he raised the ERA to 7.42 that day. Here's the 0-2 from Fairbanks to Dylan Cruz. Swing and a miss at a cutter, and Cruz is down swinging for out number 1. Dylan Cruz goes down on the strikeout. So that's out number 1. Fairbanks grabs a strikeout on the cutter. So last time he did give up a run, he gave up 3 runs, and that outing was on July 19th. It's been a minute since someone got to him. Well, let's get some runs right here. So now Jose Tena going to pinch hit for Nunez right here. Jose Tena going to pinch hit for Smunez. So Tena will finally get his pinch hit opportunity. Spider-Man bat up to the plate. Here's the pitch to Tena. And he takes a slider away, ball 1 at 87 miles an hour. So it'll be a 1-0 now. 238 average for Tena, 7 home runs, 22 runs driven in with a 716 OPS on the year. Jose Tena, known for some late inning heroics. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Tena. And that's going to be a slider in there called strike 1, so it's a 1-1 count. Marlins trying to close out a win right here, get back over 500. And the Nationals trying to just get a run here or get 2, try to secure a win still. At least try to get on the board and tie it, at least send it into extras or get the lead right here. Here's the 1-1 at Tena. Tena takes a fastball outside, ball 2, way high and outside, so to be a 2-1 count now. Tena's got to be patient here as well. Very patient. And you probably should have an arm warming in case this does go to a tie game. That'd be really nice for the Nationals. Or if they start leading, here's the 2-1 pitch to Tena, and he takes a slider in there, called strike 2, right in the zone, so to be a 2-2 count, swinging his Spider-Man bat there. With runners in scoring position tonight, the Nationals are 0 for 4, and the Marlins are 2 for 5. That's a big story. The Nationals have not been able to drive in runs. All they have is the Keibert Ruiz home run, and that is it. On deck is JY as well. We'll do 2-2 right here with 1 away. Fairbanks comes set. Here comes the 2-2 to Jose Tena. Tenna takes the slider away, ball 3, and that'll fill up the count to 3-2 now. So 3-2 here, the one gone in the top of the 9th. Fairbanks has went full with Jose Tenna. Now Tenna will take a timeout, swinging his Spider-Man bat, which is really cool. JY doesn't have a special bat up there, really. Might just be a new one. He's swinging a yellow bat up there, looks like. Yellow with a brown stripe. Might just be a special bat, but nothing meaning to it. Just might be colorful. The 3-2 to Tenna is called strike 3. Oh my gosh, the Nationals are out of challenges. That has got to be the worst call on the game tonight. That pitch was well outside, and that is out number 2. That pitch was outside, and they're going to call that a strike. The Nationals don't have a challenge up. That was a terrible call by home plate umpire that time. Jose Tenna down looking. Terrible call by Rob Drake right there.
It's Enrico Palazzo!
Here's the pitch to Jacob Young, and he swings and misses at a cutter, and it's an 0-1 count. That call is going to cost us because that puts the tying run on base. That pitch was not there. That was ball 4. So the 0-1 here with 2 outs. Fairbanks sets. Here comes the 0-1 here to JY. Here's the pitch. Young swinging a miss at a cutter, and it's an 0-2 count now. Now the Nationals are down to their last strike right here. 0-2 here with 2 away to Jacob Young up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the day with a couple flyouts and a walk. Man, that call was not a good call, though. That was a terrible call, especially at the end of the game. But the Nationals were the ones out of ABS challenges. So 0-2 here with 2 outs. Young facing Fairbanks. Fairbanks comes set. It'll be 0-2 here. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball fouled on the right field line. We'll do 0-2 again as Young just battling right here. Working a good AB. Work a really good AB right here. Top of the 9th, 2 outs, and an 0-2 count to Jacob Young, who can keep this game going. Anything, just come on, Young. It'll be an 0-2 here. Fairbanks sets. Here's the 0-2 to Young. Way upstairs, ball 1 with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Above the head of Young, should be a 1-2 count now. Marlins fans are standing up right here as he tries to close it out. So predictable, says Tom. Yeah. So predictable. It'll be a 1-2 here. Here's the pitch to JY. Low ball 2 that time with a slider. That one a little bit off the plate. So that'll even up the count at 2-2. Looking at the replay on the ABS replay. It wasn't ABS, but there's a replay. That one was outside and low. So we'll do 2-2 again. So predictable. I mean, just sometimes you got to score, and the Nationals couldn't score tonight. We'll do 2-2 here with 2 outs. Jacob Young up to the plate. Fairbanks sets. Here's the 2-2 coming to JY. Inside, ball 3 with a cutter, so that fills up the count to 3-2. 3-2, 2 outs here in the top of the 9th inning. You know, I just really don't like that we lost our ABSs early on, and they couldn't challenge later in the game. So we'll do 3-2 with 2 outs. Fairbanks sets. Here's the 3-2 to Young. Low ball 4, and Jacob Young takes a walk. So the tying run is now on base in the person of Jacob Young. So Jacob Young will go to first, and the Nationals will have one more chance in Dalen Lyle now. Dalen Lyle coming up with a runner on first and 2 outs, and Jacob Young, a very fast runner, stands at first. So JY keeps it going with a walk right there. Exactly what he needed to do. Just find a way on. And now with 2 outs, Dalen Lyle comes to the plate, facing Pete Fairbanks. Fairbanks sets. Here's the pitch to Lyle. Lyle takes a pitch. Called strike 1 again. Oh my gosh, it happened again. That one was not a strike. Looking at the replay, that pitch was nowhere close, and the Nationals still don't have an ABS, so they still can't try to overturn that one because they lost it way back earlier in this game. Fairbanks will go over to first. Back in safely on a dive is Young. So that's the first disengagement by Fairbanks. Second time that pitch in this inning was not close, and they're going to call it a strike. These were terrible calls now. So 0-1 right here. Fairbanks sets. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Dalen Lyle. He goes to the plate. Lyle swings and fouls this one off. It's an 0-2 count. Got a decent piece of that one. So we do 0-2 now. 0-2 here with 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. Just drive a ball right here, Lyle. Drive a ball. Kind of broke out of a slump tonight with a 2-hit game. Couple singles. Just even a single right here would help. Get Vivas up or get a pinch hitter up. Even if it's Vivas hitting, he's clutch as well. Vivas had that bottom of the 8th home run to tie the game in Philadelphia. A huge home run for him. Or in D.C. when they played the Phillies. We'll do 0-2 right here. Here's the pitch to Dalen Lau from Fairbanks. He goes to the plate, swinging a ground ball down the first baseline and foul. We'll do 0-2 again. So fouled off again by Lyle, working a good AB here off of Fairbanks, who's now at 19 pitches. Hold on, get the outs right here. Don't get the outs right here. I keep thinking of get the outs, but you got to get runners on. This year, Young's 13 of 16, 81% for stolen bases. Hasn't tried as much as he has in previous years. We'll do 0-2 right here. Fairbanks sets. Here's the 0-2 here to Dalen Lyle. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul ball again. Good AB by Dalen Lyle. Fighting here. Every time he's on 2 strikes and he continues to fight. I mean, that's something you want to see out of your leadoff hitter. Very gritty, powerful, can hit for a little pop. Let's go. We're up to 865 subscribers. Thank you so much to that new sub. Came at a good time during a close game. 0-2 here with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Fairbanks looks in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. It'll be an 0-2 here. He'll go over to first. Back in safely once again on a dive is Young. So that's the second disengagement. Young could be on the move right here unless he predicts that they're going to pitch out right here to try to get Young on the move. We will see. Fairbanks comes set. It'll be an 0-2 here once again to Lyle. Now at 20 pitches in the inning. Here's the 0-2 here to Dalen. He goes upstairs, ball 1 with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. So it'll be a 1-2 count now as that one's off the plate. Come on, Nats. Keep it going right here, Nats. Keep it going. So now, that one thrown away. Fairbanks wants a new ball. 1-2 here with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Fairbanks looking in for his sign on the, covering his ear with his glove to hear the sign. He comes set. Here comes the 1-2 here to Dalen Lyle. Outside ball 2. Young on the move. The throw is not in time. He is safe. That's Jacob Young steals a bag. So a runner at second here with 2 away. Jacob Young steals his way into scoring position now. Had a great jump that time. The throw is not in time. Young able to cruise into second base. So Fairbanks do that one for a ball as well. So the count is even at 2-2, and Young now stands in scoring position. Come on right here now. Catcher to come out here visit Pete Fairbanks, who's at 22 pitches in the inning as well. So 22 pitches in the inning here in the top of the 9th in a 2-1 game here. Got to get the run. Just got to get the run right here. Just got to get anything right here. Just get a run. Maybe a base knock up the middle, maybe a ground ball, or not even a hit. Just think just a nice knock right here. Not even anything big. Just a nice base hit. You have JY at second base, very fast. Coming set is going to be Fairbanks. It'll be a 2-2 here. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, foul again. Dalen Lyle, what an at-bat. That's the thing. Dalen Lyle, what an at-bat. What an at-bat. Let's go. 2-2 here with 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. What's up, Velastos here says yes. All right. 2-2 here with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Fairbanks sets. Here's the 2-2 here to Dalen. He goes to the plate. Lyle swings and lines this one into left field. That's a base hit. Rounding third, headed for home is Jacob Young. The throw is not in time. This game is tied. Dalen Lyle delivers with an RBI single. He moves up to second on the play, and the Washington Nationals tie it up in the top of the 9th inning. They get to Pete Fairbanks. Dalen Lyle delivers with his 3rd hit on the day. It's now the Nationals 2 and the Marlins 2. Dalen Lyle does it with an oppo hit to left field through the 6th hole. Young hustles around third to score. We are knotted up at 2. And Lyle able to move up to second on the play. We are tied. The Washington Nationals tie it up here in the top of the 9th. That'll bring up Vivas, the pitch, and Vivas hits this one out to right center. This one into no man's land. The catch is made by Otto Lopez over his shoulder for out number 3. But the Washington Nationals add on one more on the base hit from Dalen Lyle to left field.
A-T-S, Nats, woo!
We are now tied at 2, everybody, as we head to the bottom of the 9th. Good job by Dalen Lyle with the base hit. Jacob Young draws a walk, and he ends up scoring. We are tied at 2, everybody. That one was hit into no man's land. Thought that one might drop, but it ends up not falling. Otto Lopez makes the catch over his shoulder out in right center. Good play by Lopez The Nationals add on one more. What to the bottom of the ninth? We are now tied. Nationals 2, Marlins 2 as we head to the bottom of the ninth. Danny's here. What's up, Danny? He says hi. Thank you so much for tuning in, Danny. Thank you so much for tuning in. Came at a good time here when it's the bottom of the ninth, and we're tied at 2. Let's see who the Washington Nationals turn it over to right here. Do they stick with the man right here? Do you stick? Do you stick with Clayton Beeter right here, or do you go to a different arm? Who do you go to right here? You got to wonder who they go to right here as we head to the bottom of the ninth inning. So here we go. It'll be Ramirez, Ruiz, and Marcy for the Marlins in the bottom of the ninth. We'll see if the Washington Nationals stick with Clayton Beeter right here. I mean, Clayton Beeter in the game so far he threw a good amount of pitches. That's the thing. I don't think they'd want to have him throw many more pitches. As here we go here to the bottom of the ninth. Let's see if Clayton Beeter heads back out there. But Dalen Lyle delivers with the RBI single to left field. Clutch gene right there for Dalen Lyle in the leadoff spot. Clayton Beeter is probably going to head back out there for the bottom of the ninth. He's already worked 2/3 of an inning. So for him, he has thrown in the game. Clayton Beeter has 16 pitches. Do you stick with him then? I mean, it'd be interesting if they did. Looks like Nunez is now out of the game as well because he got pinch hit for. Jose Tena will stay in the game as the shortstop. They're going to stick with Clayton Beeter right here. Dalen Lyle, a backside single to tie this game up. Let's go. Just a backside single to tie it up. Here we go, bottom of the ninth. Now Clayton Beeter's got to hold him. It's going to be Augustin Ramirez to start it. Here's the pitch to Ramirez. That's going to be outside ball 1 with a sliders to be a 1-0 count. Now you just got to maintain. Send us to extras. Send us to extras now. So 1-0 here with no one gone in the bottom of the ninth. Beeter going to look in for his sign. He's got it, and he comes set. It'll be a 1-0 here to Ramirez. Here's the pitch to Augustin Ramirez from Beeter. Ramirez takes a pitch high and inside, ball 2, the fastball. You cannot walk him right here, though. You have to get the outs right here. Clayton Beeter has to get the outs. In the 10th, if the Nationals can get there, they'll have Chappie, Ortiz, and House, and Vivas will be the extra inning runner. So I'm assuming they'll pinch hit run someone like Harry Ford. Beeter comes set. Here's the 2-0 here to Ramirez. Here's the pitch. Ramirez takes a pitch upstairs, ball 3 with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. It'll be a 3-0 count now. Beeter now at 19 pitches here. I thought they should take him out. Who do you think winning? What's up? Thank you so much for tuning in. Who do you think winning? I hope the Washington Nationals can pull this out. I hope the Nationals can pull this out. End it on a high note. Thank you so much for subscribing. I got money on the Nationals. All right. I hope the Nationals can put it away right here. Beeter comes set. It'll be a 3-0 here to Ramirez. Here's the pitch. That is high, ball 4. Can't hit it that time. That's going to be a walk for Augustin Ramirez. I mean, by this point, put in Tolman. At least Eric Tolman's going to throw strikes. Beeter's tired. So that's the second walk of the night for Augustin Ramirez. Likewise, I really hope the Nationals can pull this out, being a big Nats fan. So Clayton Beeter now at 20 pitches. Let's a runner on first now. I mean, now that'll bring up Estuary Ruiz, who pinch hit back in the 7th inning and struck out. So coming set to Beeter. Here's a pitch Ruiz. He's going to show bunt, takes it back as that pitch is outside, ball 1, ball 5. Let's go. We're up to 867. Can't believe the Marlins. Yeah, I mean, they did put it away. Yeah, they did put it away. Now Ruiz going to come out and talk to Beeter. Yeah, they did put it away for a little while. I mean, they got to Pete Fairbanks. The Washington Nationals got to Fairbanks, which was pretty good. Here we go. 1-0 here, no one gone in the bottom of the 9th inning. Runner at first. Up to the plate here is Estuary Ruiz. K-Bear Ruiz, the catcher, will now go back to his spot behind the plate. I'll bet he's bunting again here on a 1-0 count. They want to move that runner right there. Ramirez not too fast, though. Beeter comes set. Here comes the 1-0 here to Ruiz. He's going to show bunt. He gets it down the first base line. Beeter will field it. All he's going to do is fire to first. It gets away. It gets away from the first baseman. Rounding third is Augustin Ramirez. He's going to stop around third. He's not going to try to score. There you go. The throw is into home. He can't score. Clayton Beeter threw it away. There's runners at second and third now. You know Clayton Beeter is beating himself up over that. A bunt down the first base line. Ruiz causes trouble right there. And The bunt ends up getting thrown into right field. Beater threw it away. Beater threw it way outside, nowhere near Ortiz. Dylan Cruz runs in to grab it. Agustin Ramirez does not try to score. So now there's runners at second and third here with no one gone, and Jacob Marcy up to the plate. We'll see what the official scoring is right here. They're going to intentionally walk him, though. They're going to intentionally walk him right here. They're going to give a bunt single first off, but we might get an intentional walk right here. Yes, we will. So they're going to intentionally walk Jacob Marcy right here to load the bases. So Jacob Marcy is going to take an intentional walk. So a bunt single, first of all. He gets a bunt single, then E1 moves him up one more bag. So the beater air moves him up an extra bag. So now there's bases loaded here, no one gone. Bases loaded here with no one out in the bottom of the ninth. No one out. Here we go. Just get outs. Get outs. Just get the outs. So bases are loaded here. Simon Matthews going to come out, talk to Clayton Beater. I mean, by this point, the bases are loaded here. No one out. Clayton Beater's tired. He's at 21 pitches. I'd want a veteran in right now. I'd want Trevor Williams in. I know he's not warm, but Trevor Williams would be nice to have. How many outs? I can't see. It says it at the top right by the inning. If you see the bases loaded sign, it'll say the outs there as well. No outs. But here we go. Here's a pitch to Noha, and that's outside, ball one with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. It'll be a 1-0 count. So 1-0 here, no one gone to Javier Sanoa up to the plate right here. Had a hit back in the eighth that drove in a run as well. Here comes the 1-0 here from Beater to Sanoha. That's low ball too. You cannot walk in the run though. Just don't walk in the run. Just don't walk in the run. 2-0 here, no one gone. Career with bases loaded. He's hitting .412 in 17 ABs. So it'll be a 2-0 here. Beater steps back onto the rubber. So Beater comes set. It'll be a 2-0 here. Beater sets. Here's the 2-0 to Sanoha. Swinging a fly ball down the right field line. Dylan Cruz looking for it. He will let that one hit up against the net. So it'll be a foul ball. We'll do a 2-1 count now. I think in this situation, I'd love to have a guy like Trevor Williams on the mound. Because Trevor Williams, first off, knows how to take it if it does happen. Beater's blown a lot of them. But Trevor Williams could also pitch around him well. So bases loaded here. 2-1 count with no one out. So 2-1 here. Sanoha up to the plate, facing Clayton Beater. Beater looks in for the sign. He comes set. It'll be a 2-1 here. Here's the pitch to Sanoha. Beater goes to the plate. Swinging a fly ball down the right field line. This is foul. We'll do 2-2 again. Getting out of this would be amazing, though. If you can get out of this right here. Beater now has 2-2 on Sanoha. Beater's going to want a new ball right here. I mean, he's at 25 pitches now. He's not going to be able to get you through the rest of this inning. Chances are Beater is not going to be able to complete this. So there should be another arm warming right now. So 2-2 here with no one gone in the bottom of the ninth. So 2-2 here. I mean, Beater's probably not going to get you in it. That's the thing. He's probably not going to be able to do that. So probably not going to be able to get you through this inning. Come on, get it right here. Get it right here. Beater comes set. It'd be a 2-2 here to Sanoha. He waits. Now here comes the 2-2 to Sanoha. Swinging a fly ball. This one is in a foul ground. Ruiz looking for it. And this one is going to be not caught by Ruiz. Off his glove up against the net. That one looks like it was out of play, actually, so he couldn't get it. So we'll do 2-2 again. Getting out of this would be huge right here. Let's go. We're up to 868 subscriber. Oh, man. So in this situation, I said the one person I wouldn't want this game to touch with a 50-foot pole. Panic Kranick is now warming up. Max Kranick. Time to panic. It's Max Kranick. So 2-2 here, no one gone in the bottom of the ninth. Beater looks in for a sign. He comes set. It'll be a 2-2 here to Sanoha. He waits. Now the 2-2. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Diving play by the shortstop. Tenna into center field. He can't make the play. That's game. Base hit up the middle for Javier Sanoa. He walks it off. He drives in the final run of the game. Final score, Marlins 3, Nationals 2. The Miami Marlins win it all. Javier Sanoa hits a ground ball up the middle. Tenna laid out. Tenna put his effort on the line, but that will end the game. Final score, Marlins 3, Nationals 2. They can't get the win. Beater got a ground ball. Tenna laid out, trying to make the play, but he couldn't. The Marlins get the win. They'll improve to 65-64. The Nationals drop to 61-69. So that's going to end it, everybody. The Nationals get walked off by the Marlins. You get that late inning. You get that late inning hit from Dalen Lyle. And then in the end of the game, you give up that one bunt that turns into an error from Clayton Beater that ends up giving them the loss because he moves up to second and third, and then a walk. The intentional walk made sense, but then you lose it all. So final score, Marlins 3, Nationals 2. I mean, good job by Dalen Lyle. Dalen Lyle gave us the clutch gene. Dalen Lyle, in my opinion, Dalen Lyle has earned himself the leadoff spot. That's my opinion. Dalen Lyle's earned the right to hit leadoff because 3 hits, an RBI late in the game, clutch gene from Dalen Lyle. He has earned that right. He has earned the trust to hit leadoff. Tough loss, but great call, DN. Thank you so much, DN Dad. Yeah. Final score, Marlins 3, Nationals 2. Dalen Lyle earned the right to hit in the leadoff hole because he did that. 3 hits, and he led off the game with a hit, so all of it did go well. I think it went pretty well there. So we're going to get ready for a redirect, everybody. Let's get ready to head over to, let's go for the rest of the night. Let's just see who comes up when we get over here. But final score, Marlins 3, Nationals 2. That ground ball up the middle ends up giving the Washington Nationals a loss. Javier Sanoa with the walk-off hit up the middle. Final score, Marlins 3, Nats 2. Just can't get the win. Sad to see, but the Nats tried. They were losing going into the ninth, and they come back. So they were losing going into the ninth, and they come back. So that's going to end the stream, everybody. I believe, let's see if he's live right now. Sinbin Stream is live. We're going to head over to Sinbin Stream for the rest of the night, everybody. We're going to head over to Sinbin. Be sure to tell him District Nation sent you. But that'll be the end of our stream, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button on your way out. Thank you to all the new subscribers during this game. Final score, Nationals lose this one by a score of 3-2 to the Marlins, who walk it off. So you saw some fight at the end, but the Nationals just can't get it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope to see you soon right here on District Nation. Have a great rest of your night, everybody, after a tough loss for the Nats. Hope to see you soon.
This has been a broadcast of Sports Live play-by-play on District Nation, YouTube's home of DC Sports, home of the most Nationals, Wizards, and Commanders content. Brought to you by Watch It Fly Media. We'll see you soon, right here on District Nation.